Alright, I'm not gonna be on for too long. I'm only gonna be on for like an hour at most. Kick back and relax. Oh, it's not swapping. Not swapping. It's not swapping controllers, man. Okay, now it's showing up on the correct. Now that stuff is showing up on the correct hand, man. My goodness. Man, I can't believe I played this for like, I don't know. How long now have I played this for? I played this for like a good 4 months. Oh, I played it longer than that.
Oh, what the hell is this? That's something that'll get us arrested.
Oh god.
Ooh, I feel nauseous doing
That
that.
was so crazy, man.
Hey, just
Can I
Monica.
lay down in bed?
I'm gonna be here on for long
Disgusting.
tonight. Just gonna be on for like, I don't know, 2 hours at most. Then I'm gonna go play Borderlands Game of the Year edition.
How'd you get up on the roof?
Double jump.
Yeah? How do you do a double dump? Maybe I'm too
Kinda hard.
heavy. That girl did it.
I can do it.
It's because she's
Yes,
really
that's-
small.
Yeah, you have to be a small avatar.
Oh, I can't do it with this one?
Yeah, we're too fat.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's just easier to get a flyer and just go through that.
Oh, look, he did it. He jumped up. No. No double jump for me. There he goes. He's doing it. Look, they're all on the
Yeah,
roof.
I crouched.
Some just fell off the world.
I want to fall off the world.
You can't fall off the world unless you can double jump over the wall.
Look at him. He just went.
I'm pretty sure it's not possible.
Come on, jump. Jump. Somebody push me. Look at him. Ah.
3 cheese, man, I want to eat that.
Look at him hump the wall all the way up.
This is the technique. It's just holding the wrist. Or
Go
space
3
bar.
cheese, go.
Look at him. There he goes.
Look at him go. He's gonna make
Look
it.
at him.
It's almost there.
Oh.
He's stuck.
Oh, he fell.
You thought.
Damn, how did these guys do that?
And just like that, I'm on top.
I can't even get on the first ledge.
Oh, hey girl, pick me up.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Pick me up.
Are you, Cookie Monster, are you using keyboard?
No,
Pick
I'm
me
using
up.
these
You
controllers.
gotta use keyboard, bro.
Hey girl, pick me up.
Ah.
Spam spacebar on keyboard.
Oh my god. Wow.
There you go.
I think I have a trampling fetish.
You're on amino? Like amino acids?
Oh my god.
You've been looking at Gotcha?
Can you sit on me, please?
Stop. Stop. Just,
Look, she's doing it. She's going up, and she's gigantic.
you can't
Shh.
be doing this right now.
Her heels are as big as the wall.
Oh my god. This is sick. But I like it.
Ah, crap. I jumped off. Ah.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Tay Tay.
Look at those legs.
She has
Ah, so you can do
green
it the easy way.
toe
You
polish.
just jump up.
Built
You can see her toenails.
Yeah. And something else. And maybe I can climb her leg.
This is so crazy, man.
Oh, she's gone.
Alright, take care, Monica.
Shit.
Thank you, Tay Tay.
Hey, what's up?
Stormtrooper.
Bills, bro. Hey guys, check this out. Check this out. Ready?
Bravo, that was great.
Oh look, he has a harmonica.
That's actually a concertina.
You're great. she's back.
Cookie, cookie.
Also have a Jew's harp. Hold on, let me get it out.
He's a one-man band.
Okay, I am here.
It's one of the very first instruments ever discovered. You ready? Or give it a
Was
listen.
it from Africa?
Where's my giant
I
girlfriend?
Gotta do to get some Skittles around here. Oh my.
Okay. What does that sound? Hello.
That's a lot of rings.
Boing, 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 boing. I know, I am very gorgeous. Even my brother is gorgeous as well, isn't it?
Wizard 101?
Oh yes, incest equals win best, am I right?
Oh yes,
What the fuck is up with this Pikachu? Holy
Bravo.
shit, what the fuck?
Oh yes,
Hey,
hello.
what is up with you?
It's like every time you speak.
Put some clothes on, you're like nearly naked.
Exactly, my friend. You are nearly naked. Oh look, there's a fellow Pokemon right here.
Oh wait, no, that's Snake.
Is that Danny
Oh
DeVito?
yes, it's Snake. Yeah, Colonel.
Ah yes.
Yeah, I think I understand what the fuck's going on. Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful.
He has transformed.
Hey guys, check this out. Ready?
Everybody
Ready?
become a
Our disease
Pikachu.
is spreading.
I don't know how.
Look at this
Yes.
thing.
We are the next
Everybody
Plague is spreading. Oh god.
Exactly, we will
What
be
the
the next
fuck
Uganda
is that?
knuckles.
Yo,
Danny DeVito.
dude.
Oh,
Jump
Jesus.
now.
I thought we were
Dave,
freaky.
please.
Yeah.
My god.
Hey, look, my mom didn't read those warnings on the back of cigarette packages, but I'm okay with it now.
Oh god.
Right.
Yo,
Just
holy
be
shit.
positive,
Don't
just
worry.
be positive.
Don't worry, we know how you feel.
Not.
Oh god, I'm dragging my
Have sex
exposed
without
mucous
consent.
membranes across the carpet.
Ew.
The agony.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Mucus.
The water's
Ugh,
gonna feel like
God.
acid. But, YOLO.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Dude, someone's doing like a voice, like a voice, like, dude, whoever you are, you should be like a fucking voice actor.
Yeah, it sounds like a
Exactly.
cartoon.
Put that pillow over
It's
my face for
beautiful.
20 minutes and we'll talk about it.
He sounds like a SpongeBob character.
It does.
When
No,
I
it
come
sounds
back...
like
Wait, what?
it sounds like Sonic if Sonic was a lot more
That was
annoying.
this one time. My good
He
friend
sounds-
died.
He looks like
Cancer
a
in the
Freddy
lungs.
Krueger child, but he got stuck 20% when he was getting burnt.
Wait, is Freddy Krueger your dad?
Yeah, it's Freddy Krueger, your dad.
He looks
Oh,
like one of
no.
the aliens that
I've
burned
never
up
met my dad.
Area 51.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
I know. Mom said Dad took one look at me and he slit his own wrist.
Hold up, you look like
Wow.
You look like you came out of an abortion.
Well,
Like,
this is interesting.
Oh, that's foul. That's too much.
Oh, God.
that was kind of bad.
Hey, Cookie Monster, give me a cookie right now.
Oh my god.
If you don't give me a fucking cookie, sir, I swear to God.
Holy shit.
You don't want me to stay.
Go to the cancerous room known as Open Mic Night.
Alright, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
say I'll never get your news till the day you die. Tough luck, my friend, but the answer is no. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I have news too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna send a dick pic anyway. Send a dick pic. Send it anyway. Send a dick pic. Oh yeah.
Play that guitar, little chicken.
Oh, what the fuck just happened?
That was a good one. Having fun sucking that.
Yo, how did you get fused?
You're disgusting. Disgusting, Suki-chan. Disgusting.
No, it's hot.
No. She does it all the time. Disgusting. That was good, man.
What? She can't help it.
All I want is some ass to come knocking at my door.
You said you wanted some ass.
I
The Emperor doesn't look good.
My face. I could buy a happy man, I'm sure. When you said that I had to wear a condom.
Anyway.
Nice. That still has a success level.
Up and stuff and finally get working.
Fucking.
Exactly. Take this drink back.
It'll be cool. It'll be optimized too, I guess.
Nah, it's not him.
Hey. Alright, man. I'm gonna head out, but you enjoy your time here, alright?
Alright, see ya, man.
I'll be on later, man. Alright, I'm out.
Bro, you don't even swipe. Bro, what are you talking about? You take me to McDonald's and you tell me if I look my eyes off the dollar and you'll beat my ass. Of course I'm gonna cheat on you. What? One of my favorite albums.
Motherfucker.
You good?
Why the fuck would I give you anything more than $1? You're not worth it to fucking spend more money on.
Are you serious? Hold on. You got me.
This man.
Do you see this ass?
This guy can be pretty beanie to pet brothers.
You don't check shit like that? On me. I feel
The
disrespected.
dragon.
Don't raise my hand.
Cool.
If you put out more, I'd feel more obligated to take you out and spend more money on you.
Well, maybe if you weren't so short down there, we can actually put it in you. Maybe I could fuck with it.
Explain why you bleed.
What you got? Heavy.
Must be your dad.
Maybe it could be.
That's a bad thing almost though, because like how do I sell an audience on a smaller scale?
You're in the girls' room.
Their name should give up.
What?
You're in the girls' room.
You're in
You're in the girls' room.
Of course, look at it. No stall.
How well you know
No wall toilet.
I don't know.
Have you ever been in the girls' room before?
No, I haven't.
I like Halloween because
Nice. The girls' room.
I get humiliated.
maybe, probably, hopefully. So very polarizing.
Sucking on my
Hello.
Like fucking weed. They're not the.
What are you?
More than just it's like the exact opposite thing. It's like
An alien.
your last.
I see.
A normal.
It's not a normal. This is normal repellent. If you like, this is definitely normal repellent.
Mm-hmm.
Do some hardcore shit.
Yeah.
You're a couple.
Come on.
I'm tired, so
Hell.
People
I guess I'm straight now.
I guess. Hopefully they're expecting.
Too many
Yeah, the
jobs.
sex is so bad, you've heard me straight.
Yeah, no. Holy shit.
I'm tired of sticking my dick in your ass and getting a fucking urethra full of fucking spaghetti shit.
No, let me tell you let me tell you how freaky this motherfucker is, alright? Fucking, alright, he pulls my pants down, right? He starts nibbling on my tip, and I'm just like, what the fuck? That hurts. He's like chomping on my shit like it's fucking candy. I'm like,
You wouldn't
bro, what
like
are you
me
doing?
in real life, anyway.
And then he pulls his pants down and tells me to eat his ass. Like, what kind of shit are you asking me? Bro, he's full of it. You see? That's fucked up. Yeah.
Bro, I'll just tell you to fucking piss on my cock, man. I have a pee fetish.
You see this shit? You see why I'm straight now? Oh,
What would you do if your boyfriend?
Yeah, I feel
What would you do if your boyfriend had a pee fetish?
I was worried about
For me?
the doubt publicity.
Yes.
If I consulted you. That's
Uh,
disgusting.
leave?
Why?
That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
Right.
He's
See what
not
I'm saying?
asking you to fucking shit in his mouth.
Oh, that's even. Oh, God. Come on. Oh.
It's just a bit of fucking pee. Who cares?
What? Okay. Okay. So I have a question. If you're a girl, right? Like, you guys are having sex in the bed, right? And she was like, "Hey, babe, I want to do something different." And she's like squatting on your head, and she just lets out like last week's urine or some shit. I don't know. And she starts pissing on her. Yeah, I don't fucking know, dude. She just starts pissing on your head. What do you do?
Well, I don't know. When it comes to that shit, I draw the line in the face area.
You need help. What is my hearing?
What are you, king shaming me right now?
A little bit. I think that's a little too far. I don't think I'm not shaming. I'm just saying I'm drawing a line right there. Pissing. I can't. No.
Nothing wrong.
Disgusting. Yeah, they're definitely. Nah, I'm good. I'd probably throw up on her. As a kink
like
that I would
warm
have.
too.
It's just
Yeah.
a little bit of. Okay, think of it this way, right? What if you're fucking a bitch, right? And she comes and
Right.
she squirts all over you. Then what?
Pack your shit and get the fuck.
So what do you say? So
Pack
when
your
she
shit.
comes, you can't control the fact that she fucking squirts.
And I can't control the
You
fact that
fucking
she's
leave
getting out of
because
my
she had an
house.
orgasm and
I
she fucking
can't.
squirted.
Right. And I can't help the fact that she's getting out of my house.
Hey, kid.
Yeah, can I?
Well, that's
Yo,
not very nice.
I'm just kidding. I mean, that'd be kind of like, oh my god, like that's a mess to clean up. But I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Okay, if you don't care, you realize it's piss, right?
Right.
Okay, who's the
Right,
owner?
But it's like it's not
I didn't file
yellow.
a complaint.
Like
It doesn't need to be.
Hello.
Most females' piss isn't yellow unless they're not drinking anything.
wait, so wait. So wait, hold on. All jokes
It's
aside,
chicken.
wait.
It's watching
Is
it,
that
thinking,
actually what
watching
it is?
people.
Whenever they squirt, that's
Yes.
actually piss.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
She's okay. Well, then I stand corrected. She's getting the fuck out of my house.
Well, good luck fucking
Pack your
anyone then
shit.
until they squirt on you, man. You
That
gotta be
never
good.
happened to me. That never happened to me before.
You ain't doing it right.
No,
You
trust
squirt-
me,
you
I'm
a
doing
squirter?
it well. I bust my cashier open. That
Me?
trust me. She
Where's
never
the
did
owner?
that.
No. Who's my boyfriend that I was talking about?
Sarah. Look at him.
Oh, it's Star,
Hey.
your boyfriend.
Hey. Hey man, how's it going?
Yeah, he's cheating on you with Star.
Don't give a shit. You wouldn't piss on me anyway.
Sarah, don't I know you?
Oh my god, at least no cheat.
Excuse me? What's happening here? Nothing. Go on. No. Go on. What's happening here? All right, I'm that bitch. Go on, say something. Bitch, I dare you. Say something. I want to hear this shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
This just wasn't what I
Oh,
was expecting.
don't act. Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about now? All right. See, you a bitch ass nigga.
I know a lot of people.
Okay. You wouldn't mind me checking your phone then, huh? Check your phone then. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Chicken is.
Listen, can you pour
I
your
can't use the restroom.
I hope your coffee
I can't have private time.
in the bag. I want that burn.
I'm like, wait,
I don't know what he's talking about.
Come
on,
for
bitch.
me, okay?
Fuck that. No, you're gonna be tired today. Pour your coffee on him. Burn his.
There's
Listen.
some downstairs though.
Fuck that shit. No, you're closer. Less time. Pour that coffee on his dick. Burn that bitch.
Okay, pause.
No, but
Hey, Coffee, what would you do if your boyfriend had a pee fetish?
I'm showing you.
How to what?
Totally.
Had a pee fetish.
His fetish?
Something like that.
I don't know.
But yeah, unfortunately.
Would you leave him?
We're talking about that.
No.
Good girl. You're a good girl.
Wait, I have a question. Speaking of that, sir, I have a question.
No.
Look. If you were fucking some chick, right? And she pissed on you, would you kick her out of your house?
Yeah, see, there we go. No.
What's wrong with a little bit of pee?
Did you hear that? You hear that, Star? What would you do? What would you do if she pisses on you? You got me fucked up. You gotta get out of my house. You gotta get out of my
What's
shit.
wrong with it, dude? I'm
You gotta
just
get out of.
fuck. Who
Bro,
cares? You
gotta get
clean
out
it
of
off.
my
It's
shit. I
not
pay all the bills.
corrosive
They're
acid.
gonna piss on.
It's all
Man,
mentality.
listen.
It's not
Man,
corrosive
I don't know
acid.
these bitches. No, listen. Listen
Yeah,
to what I'm
sure.
saying, alright?
Okay.
You gotta listen to me closely. This is how I'm about to make some serious sense here. If a bitch pisses on me while I'm smashing, right? She gotta get the fuck out of my house. I pay the bills. If anything, I'm
It's
pissing
okay.
on
If she
her.
fucking squirts diarrhea on purpose, then that's a different story. But if she fucking lets out a little bit of a flow, who fucking cares? You clean it up. It's just water.
Clean it But you just said it was piss. How is it water now? That's like saying ice cream just turned into.
You might as well just fucking it's just pee. It's not shit.
Nah,
Man,
fuck that. Well, I'm about to. Well,
you
yeah,
guys are
that's the case. I'm about to.
Don't let me.
Nah, no.
Yeah, what are you guys
So
fucking
it can't
gay?
be helped. It can't be helped, right? I guess.
fucking
Yeah,
gay.
listen.
I have a really good fiance then, because she doesn't give a shit.
Fuck. Oh no. Fuck that shit. That's gay. That's
My
weird
fiance
shit.
loves pissing on me.
That, oh no.
That's
I'm not
gay.
gay.
This is disgusting.
I thought you two were together.
Him? Fuck
I have
him.
a
He
fiance
cheated
on
on
the
me.
side.
Some straight.
Straight as a
You're
light
straight.
pole, my guy.
Yeah, you're not straight enough to like piss on your damn dick from the female species.
That's okay.
I don't know these people,
I
Coffee.
don't know what the fuck
I don't know
you're
who
talking
these
about.
are.
Don't touch me, weirdo.
Yeah.
What's that?
On the real, I don't
What?
know who these people are. I don't
Why
know
are you
who he
stealing?
is.
Why are you? I'm not the one talking about gamer girl piss.
Hey man, I
Gamer
didn't
girl
even
piss.
mention that. You mentioned that just now. I don't know.
Nobody mentioned
don't know
gamer
what
girl
you even
piss. We
talk-
just mentioned urinalgia.
I have a question. Do you have full body?
Yeah, urinalgia.
Mm-mm.
You're
Do you have an
urinalgia.
But
Oculus?
it's not on. Yeah.
You have a Connect?
Mhm.
Dude, I have a Connect.
You
I have a
must see,
Connect
I
too,
was
but the
about to
light
say
tracking
that. What a
sucks on
small
it.
world.
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
This chicken is watching me.
My shot.
Watch me do my business.
Good luck.
Shit.
Can't even get something.
Son of a bitch.
Out of the way.
Little bit of pee.
Man.
Where's my stat? Oh, here it is. You ready? Alright, here we go. Here we go. Oh, God.
3, 2, 1, go.
Out of the way. The chicken's coming.
With a bunch of alcoholics.
No, you.
Fuck
Hey,
you.
man. No, you. Okay. Oh.
What do you mean?
Fuck
Wait, what do you mean okay? Is that an invite? Cause I'm not gay.
I mean, hey, man, you seem
Wait, you're
interested.
I'm not gay. I told you once, I told you a million times.
No, you-
Okay.
I guess that like kind of like constant like drone
Imposter.
might be a little hard on some people, but
Why did I mute Burger Time? I don't know.
Yeah, imposter.
Okay, I have a
Yeah,
question.
I'm
Is
the
any-
original star.
I have a question. Is anybody in or was in college?
I don't know why they wouldn't be able to.
Here.
Some like strong downbeats and shit.
Matt University.
I think people would be able to.
Ooh, you got that money. I'm about to start tricking off you. Hey, listen. I don't like fucking chicks. I like when the chicks fuck me, okay? Could you do that for me?
Okay.
Fucking
On the
homo.
real? You gotta
Oh my
give me
God.
money though. I paid. I gotta get a check at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I'm fucking gay.
On the real? Me too. What's that gotta do with me? Right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Oh my God.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Wait, say hi real quick. You?
Hi.
Doesn't she sound like fucking Black Cat?
Out of the way.
No, what?
She sounds just
Chicken's
like
back.
motherfucking Black Cat, your friend.
Black Cat's
She sounds-
Mexican.
That's pretty racist for you to say.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh shit.
And then I was saying Black Cat sounded like Space Babe, who's Indian.
Yeah, crazy, right? And she sounds okay. So she sounds like Black Cat. Black Cat sounds like Space Babe. Then this must be Space Babe in disguise.
Space
No
Babe.
lie. She got caught. Okay.
Yeah, you got caught. Be switching avatars and shit.
Yeah. Do you have tattoos? Do you have any tattoos on your body? Okay,
You
this
have
is
an
definitely
abusive
Space
boyfriend
Babe.
who drinks and beats
This
you
is
up at
Space
night.
Babe. Okay, well, yeah, no. What the fuck?
What? Did Space Lady never said that to you?
Wait, what?
I mean, maybe we'll probably.
Was I supposed to not say that?
Wait, what, dude? Spill the tea, bitch.
No, I thought you
Say
knew.
it, bitch. No, I didn't. Say it, please. Oh my god, please.
She was your friend.
Oh my god.
I'm saying, just say it, faggot. Tell me what happened. So
That's
Space Dave's
exactly-
boyfriend was abusive.
Dude, they're Native American. Yeah, he's an alcoholic.
Okay, well, no. Oh, here you go with the just race shit. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that was a race shit.
Racist.
Go to a place.
She told
Or
you this.
racism.
She told you this.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to fucking California and beat his ass. What the fuck? Are you serious?
You're gonna go to
Whoa.
California? No, you're not. I dare you to
I went to
pussy.
New York. How can I not go to California? It's closer. Planes. I only ride American Airlines because I'm American.
What if I can't move? Can I add one of you guys so I can come back here? I'm gonna go home real quick.
Sure.
I can't
Don't add
move.
him. He's gay.
Don't add him. He's alcoholic.
Don't add him.
Okay, who do I? You know, I'm just
Ain't
gonna
nothing
add.
wrong with that.
I'll
Here,
add you. Are you gonna stay
I'll make
here?
it easier.
I'll be back.
Wait.
Oh, never mind. I gotta turn
do
real
the
quick.
big boss. No, do the boss.
Eat my ass. I
Do the
gotta piss.
boss.
Open your mouth, Star.
Okay, I can't click on. I can't move.
You can't move.
Fuck,
No,
dude.
that's what I was saying.
You can't move. Okay, great.
I have an idea.
Just do
That's
me.
why I'm just gonna go home and then I'll be back. I already added people. Hold up.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure this one's not a weirdo.
Oh, why you were AF your ass? I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, look what
Stop
happened.
Exactly. Fucking everyone wants to go to that shit. This one.
Do you have an Oculus?
See, I've already like put times
Oh,
already.
okay. Can
Doc, are you fat
live
cunt?
trackers?
Wait, Doc, are you fat?
Like
I toured like 3 times. I feel like I have fun, but I toured like
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you have to have the
Doc,
Gen 2
fuck.
Thirsty
houses
for that
though.
shit.
Doc, how much is that?
That's the thing.
Shut up, fat.
Fuck my ass.
What?
When I point, you shoot.
Why?
You said fuck my ass.
Because it's fun.
Who's copying? Why are they trying to friend me?
I don't know. She wanted to join back, and it's like
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
They're
Okay.
seeing my hustle. I'm about to tussle. No, don't do it. If you're gay,
Do it.
do
Do
it.
it.
Don't pause.
She didn't
Don't do
befriend
it.
you either. She didn't befriend you either. Do it. Do
You
it.
guys are so thirsty. It's crazy. I don't literally don't care.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
thirsty, you fucking douchebag. I'll show
Hey,
you
you
thirsty.
What is
fuck?
happening?
You wanna
Okay.
fuck?
Yeah, let's fuck.
All right.
Jeez, guys.
Hey.
Meet me outside. Meet me outside and I'll beat up that ass.
Okay.
Oh, Paul.
Shit.
Now this dude's friending me too.
Chicken
Why?
is want me.
Hold on,
No,
Star.
I'm
Wait,
not.
Star. Star.
How do I?
Yes.
Somebody keep that chicken away from.
No.
Thirsty
No,
guy.
I'm
You
not
don't
gonna
want
do
any,
it.
bitch.
No, I'm not.
Alright,
gonna do
fuck
it.
this.
I don't need to be relevant.
You see how I get treated?
What are you talking about? I just have to be
Okay.
present.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know,
you have to be
okay.
relevant.
Then.
You have to be relevant for it to make a difference, you understand?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll still bitch. I just want to bitch.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I'm too fucking hammered for this shit. Where the fuck did you?
Wanna make a
Shit.
change. Gotta be relevant.
Where did you go?
I went home because I couldn't move.
Okay.
Oh wait, talking about when you press the Oculus home button.
No, it was. I didn't even press it though. I opened my menu
Oh
and I
shit.
couldn't move.
No.
That happens to you sometimes though, huh?
Might as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that shit's fucking annoying. It's just gay as fuck.
Yeah. it
Hello.
is.
On a real, like, I should have bought a Vive.
Good avatar, anyways.
Okay.
Shit, I want full body. Like, I just,
Okay.
honestly, I'm a hoe. I just want to spread
Okay.
my legs and have Star just
Okay.
hit me from the back.
Okay.
I
But
am
he's
so not
acting
gonna
like
do that.
he's acting like a bitch.
Okay.
You see that shit? He's acting like a hoe.
Okay.
Like,
Dude, I'm gonna kill my
Okay.
dog
I'll make
and
it
I'm gonna
easy
put
for
him
you. Let's
in my
look at me.
basement for
No,
like
no.
30 years.
Yeah, look at me, Star. Just look at me. Look at me. Just
Okay.
look at me.
What
Don't
do you
even
do?
just look at me. Are you ready? You ready? Look, I'm gonna make it easy for
Hello.
you.
wasn't conscious when I walked in.
Okay, well, first off, fuck you, faggot.
I went to bed at
Secondly,
Actually, you would say that to me in real life. Yeah, you just cry.
Look awful.
I'd cry. I'd like to see you cry, bitch.
Yeah, I can hear it in your voice. You're scared.
Okay. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're scared, actually.
Okay. Dude, fear is the mind killer, and I'd never hesitate.
Okay.
Wow.
You're scared.
Scared of what?
Being accurate.
Scared of what?
I don't know. I know a lot of people are pretty dedicated to their name.
There's only two things I'm scared of.
Like a man I met here named a rock, and he was a rock.
Again with the racism.
And I looked over, and I looked over a little bit. He was a different rock. That's messed up.
Oh, come on. And car crashes?
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
chameleon.
Must have not been a fan of America.
Yeah, those. Hey,
He's
fun
chameleon.
fact.
He's chameleon. Yeah, he had
You
seats
know
on
the
his
number
rock.
one killer of Americans is abortions.
So she did the whole.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
He's a purple user too, so he's like, who knows how long he's been doing that?
It's like
Number
Lube
two
Lamb
is car
being a
crashes.
Yeah, Lube Lamp's a lamp. Yeah, exactly. Lube Lamp has a
That's
bunch
so
of lamps.
funny. That's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lube Lamp is a very good Lube Lamp.
Okay.
Definitely gets turned on. Okay, there's Star.
Hey, were you planning to watch me the whole time? Okay.
Fucking. Oh my god.
Wait, you didn't.
It's hilarious.
This
picture looks like an ass, but it's a lamp.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's like an ass or it's like panties. I can't remember. But like.
I think it's panties.
Yeah.
Cause
Okay.
cone shape.
Okay.
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 Yeah, you're just gonna stay silent?
I don't get to see him a whole lot.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. Okay.
Man, those people are really
Okay.
excited about
Okay.
things.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really
Okay.
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 What would you guys like to eat?
Okay.
Anyways, I don't know any of these people.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
How many anime videos I watch.
Wait, you say you don't know me?
Not loading in.
Okay.
You said
I'm
you
not
know
loading
me?
in. I have a generic Okay. public avatar.
Okay.
Oh wait, no I don't. I have this one someone maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I have this one someone maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Star is a racist and a liar.
Okay.
Yep. Both those things are true.
I'm
Yeah.
not a racist or a liar.
Right.
Where'd
Yeah,
Sarah go?
you said you know me,
Okay.
but then you say you don't know me.
I do know you, but then I don't know. Do I want to know you?
Okay.
Yeah, where do you know me from?
Okay.
Hi, Nico Cat.
Am I bugged out? Or is your face just a little pixelated?
No, her face is fucked up. Yeah, her face is fucked up.
Okay.
Is it your problem or?
I need to hug you.
Can you make a chomp sound?
I can't fucking. I can't.
No.
Wait. Where are you?
Oh my.
God, that's so
What is
disfigured.
this avatar, dude?
Oh God. Oh.
Is there a problem or?
Hold on.
Okay.
Do I still have this avatar uploaded?
Hello.
I don't know.
Hi there.
That's scary.
Okay.
It's scary. It's scary.
It's just like in a language like English, you can just kind of like sound.
James?
Ooh, boo.
Wait, has it loaded
What's
yet?
happening here?
Yes, it's loaded.
No.
Okay,
I don't.
How do you
Yeah,
think
you're
of
back
the
to
avatar?
the model that you were when we first met. With the
Yeah, I
galaxy
know.
cave.
Yeah, I know, but check out the
Except
jacket.
your eyebrows are gray, you're old.
Oh, I know. Everybody keeps pointing that out. I told the guy who made it that it's not that great. The eyebrows aren't that great, but yeah.
That's okay.
No, they're not okay. That's why I was going. Yeah. I'd fix it myself, but meh.
Okay. He has no clue how.
But I figured. Yeah, no,
Not
wait.
even
I
a
figured.
slight
And
idea.
you've got like pink mascara on.
No, it's not pink. No, it's just the skin darker.
It's definitely like a magenta pink mascara.
No,
Dude, you looking fine.
It's like a
Oh my god.
with
I need to pet the
like
tail.
white
I need to pet the tail.
pencil eyebrow.
Okay.
liner. Yeah.
Okay. Kimmy.
Okay.
Why is your
Great.
tail so soft?
Cool, you make me sound like a drag.
You're wild, my dude.
I kind of forget I have one, to be honest.
It's so foofy.
Okay.
I wish it like
Kim.
had
Okay.
I think it does have physics.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really grab it.
Okay.
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 I can pull your tail, make sure it's still there for you.
Okay.
Whoa there.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Your tail's a little too close to your butt.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I can never look at my own.
Okay.
Dude, it's right on the face of your spine. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay. Whenever I slap it,
Okay.
it makes this funny sound, Timmy.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Why does
Hi,
it
you
keep
like
making
coffee?
that sound?
Okay. Okay.
Nice, me too. How you
No,
like
it
that
doesn't
coffee?
have physics, I don't think. I'm trying too
No.
hard.
I don't know.
Oh, nice. I really like
Okay.
hot chocolate. Do you like hot
Wait,
chocolate?
when disable.
Okay.
Okay. Nice, me too. I
Hi,
didn't think I'd
Gemma.
get this
Okay.
far. I'm sorry, bye.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, are these all your friends?
Okay.
So, how's the night been?
Okay.
Why you
Okay.
gotta be so kawaii?
What?
You have ears.
Okay.
How's the night?
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Timmy.
Okay.
What is this?
Why is everybody saying,
Okay.
okay?
It's been a while.
What?
God, I have news for you. Oh my god. Okay.
Hello, welcome to Chili's. What can I get you?
Are you stuck?
It's great.
You're drunk or?
Are you stuck in a loop?
No, I'm
Let
not
me help
drunk.
you. Let me help you.
I asked how's the night? Or yeah.
What?
Okay.
I got a car with my parents.
How's the
And
night?
they surprised me
I asked.
by paying for $5,000 of it.
Your face
So
is
I
butthole
only
at
owe
church or something.
800.
Everything okay?
Hello?
Yeah. I only need to pay him back $800 for the car.
Oh, that's.
Oh, my
The
microphone.
car's completely
Okay.
paid off.
Okay.
It's Hyundai
Okay.
Santa Fe, which is what my sister
Oh,
and
wow.
dad have.
Oh,
Right.
how's the night?
The car is
Okay.
the same model as my
Okay.
Pretty good.
but I paid
Oh, that's
for less
good.
than half of what he
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
should have been using the headset microphone, not the
2011.
blue snowball.
Okay.
My
It's like a
friend
mini.
Dishka.
Yeah, mini.
Oh,
Blue
anyway.
Yeti.
My friend Dishka is awesome.
Yeah, you
Look.
wanna get an
Yeah, it's
SUV?
using the.
Fun fact.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got a microphone? Blue Yeti?
Second,
His clothes
Okay.
describes my last girlfriend
Yeah.
and all the faces she used to
Okay.
make.
24.
Right.
No.
Take a look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see them.
Hmm.
I really
That's cool.
know that.
I don't know why my desktop defaulted to the blue when it should have defaulted to
Okay.
my Vive's microphone.
Okay.
Well, I've been bad. I haven't been paying off the VR.
Why
Okay.
is your avatar
Okay.
gotta be so cute?
Okay.
I was supposed
Okay.
to, but I've been bad.
I like it.
Okay.
You've been spending it on
Okay.
other stuff? You've been spending it
Why
on
does it
Okay.
make that sound when I slap your butt?
I bought my sister
Okay.
a Switch.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a surprise for her. I've
Okay.
been meaning to buy her a Switch
Wow.
since
Okay.
No way.
Okay.
It's not who I think it is.
Okay.
Lol.
Okay.
You see him?
Wow, is this new?
Okay.
You see him?
Everybody
You see
has to
him?
say, okay.
You see him?
before I broke kind of thing. 'Cause, like,
Ah, there he is.
Yeah, no.
I want to be able to play
How's the
games.
4-year?
And
Yeah.
Animal
Yeah.
Crossing is a game that we both play.
What?
And we want to play it
I said it's
together
going pretty good, actually.
She moves, so I bought her a Switch.
I'm glad.
Oh, okay.
She
Did
can
you
buy
see where
Animal
Tucker
Crossing,
blocked
and
me
I
on
can buy
Discord?
Animal Crossing, and we can
Yep.
Wait, so you
That's
have
funny.
a
This
Like,
is
I have no
bad.
clue
I
who you
gotta-
are. Why are you talking
Gotta
to me?
reset this.
Yo, wait, move your hands. I'll wave way back.
That if you're not a big VR
Wait,
enthusiast,
wait, wait.
Hold on, I gotta reset this. defaulted to the, what do you call it? The blue snowball instead of the blue, you know what? Instead of the HTC Vive microphone, it ended up defaulting to the. Yeah, you get what I mean. You get what I mean. What time is it anyway? This year I've been live for, oh, not even an hour. Like, okay. Okay, I gotta make sure the Vive is the default microphone this time. Because last time, it did not pick. Okay. Okay, that's better.
I'm retired.
Kim, how old are you?
I just turned 22 on Monday.
I'm gonna say Kim. I don't remember
Can you
seeing
see them?
apart.
Yes. I need some water. I'm dizzy.
Yeah, you need some water.
No one's gonna notice if you beg.
Being obnoxious over there. Oh shit, titties right in my face. Titties. I'm lagging a bit. I kind of want to go to another world because there's just so many like randos here, and like it's making me lag a bit.
Yeah, probably because of the like little
Yeah.
shit they do.
Bunch of randos.
Yo, I can
Bunch
see
of
so much right now.
Oh.
I'm gonna make a world. Whoever wants to join us can join.
Yo, can you
Wait,
see that
Viper, you
booty
can't
that's
stay right there because I'm gonna drop a portal, okay? I'm gonna find a world that we can hang out in and see. Let's go to my favorites.
Welcome to Chili's.
Make sure it's a dungeon. Dungeons are the best.
Oh, I know a dungeon.
No.
Oh, I can see everything now.
Don't lie to me. You do not.
That footrest just came undone.
Oof. I can see through your soul.
I'm wholesome.
Oh, so the animation was like some teleporting thing? Is that what Fox is doing?
Okay.
So wait, did you make a
Don't worry about it.
Did you?
Oh shit.
Where are you?
No longer in there.
Where'd you go?
I crashed. Is that better?
It wasn't my fault.
Okay, we got into the basement. It was epic fail. Got into the kitchen and the basement. Give my stupid computer some time. Nobody's loaded.
It's okay, you have alcohol.
I'm loaded, but everybody else is all blue. Maybe that's why it's so we have glitched into the kitchen and the basement. You know, if my voice becomes slurred, yeah, it's the rum.
It's that bourbon.
Usually blender.
No, it's the rum. It's the rum, man.
Oh, it's the rum. Ooh, almost
Why is
rum.
all the rum gone? No.
You ever drink Bailey's out of a shoe?
Rum is my poison of choice. Oh, there you are.
Yo, has anybody like been like old Greg for Halloween?
Around your head. think so.
Yes.
Okay.
You're only allowed to be on my
Yes.
head, nobody else's.
Alright. My part. You gotta keep warming up this phone.
Okay, give me trying to think. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I saw a pink stream open, so I'm just like, she's about to end it.
Oh look, I'm in the kitchen.
Alright. Alright, 1 second. Alright.
I'm in.
Hang on.
I don't think I know.
We are in. Yeah, we gone to the basement. Doing this.
Yeah, we went to the basement.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
Where is what?
Where's what?
Where's my tray? Ah! Got it.
You can actually drop stuff in here?
What the heck? I didn't know you could do that. Is there more?
Here's a tray. There was a drink. Or no, somebody brought a drink in. Damn it. Somebody hand me a drink. I need a drink.
Mm.
I need a drink.
Give me a drink right now.
Get me a drink.
We need some drinks.
Ow.
Full service bar.
This is a horrible fucking customer service here.
Don't you fucking dare. I know after you I heard it. I fucking heard it. Fox, come on. Be kind. Don't do this to me.
Oh snap.
Now we're master chef.
Yeah, I hear it.
There it is. Go out. I'm going out to get me a drink. Hold on. Oh no, it won't let me. Darn it.
There's a blue back in my face.
Do you need
It
help?
almost did. Push me.
you
Break
wanna
the wall down.
I can't.
Oh my god, why would you do this?
Oh
No.
man.
Are you?
No.
I can see through the wall.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Wait,
I have mail. Oh, hey!
They're gonna give me a fucking heart attack.
Okay.
They're trying to.
Let's see if I can do this.
It'd be really cool if when you both went invisible, you guys could like see each other when invisible. That would be
Oh,
fucking
give
cool.
me a drink. Hold on.
God, who is who?
You'll have to grab the drink though.
I'm not consent to this.
Do I have to?
Who is who?
Yeah, you have to.
I can't even see the
Stop, please.
drinks.
I can't see anything but the blue light.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all I can see.
You see me?
Wait, hold on. I can't see you. Wait. Oh, I got it. Alright, get on top of me.
Alright,
The thing is, when you use invisible, I can't see any names, so if you just keep alternating, I can't tell who the fuck is who.
Here you go, babe. Party foul.
Someone please help.
Get enough.
Please.
If you look in a specific way, you can see everyone.
Oh, I can see everybody. Panda, what are you doing?
Panda, what are you doing?
Stop doing what you're doing.
Oh my.
Hey man, you wanna know what I just did?
I have one.
I just hit a mosquito out of midair with my mouse pad. Like I yeeted my mouse pad and actually hit the mosquito.
Wait.
Hello, I just got licked, okay?
That's something new.
This is gonna be my fucking night.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
thanks.
that fucker was biting me last night. Oh, thanks.
It says I have mail.
It's like I look in the mirror, I see you, but I turn around, you're gone. Oh. Jesus. Hi. Who's this? Who is this? Okay. Okay, I know which one's whose. Hey, I can see names now.
I got it. Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, now who was doing the licking? Which one was it? There was a tongue on one of you guys.
Oh, wait, where did this come from? Where the fuck did this come from?
Oh man.
Oh man. Look at this.
Oh,
my god.
Right now.
They're hooking us up. Fish. Hors d'oeuvres.
Only thick thighs could be on my head.
Alright, now let me try to. Well, somebody, I guess, hand it to me.
You come here often.
Help.
Please, can you grab it?
Help. Help.
Oh, thank you very much. Yep. Quite often. Come here. And pretty much Just have this be the night.
Yo, I can see everybody.
Nice, man. Me too.
I got my man, my legs wrapped around him, I'm good.
Yeah. KK. Hey, I need more drinks over here.
Okay. Someone said help.
It's okay, babe. If anybody tries to take your drink, I'm gonna go get them.
So,
Alright.
What do you think about Borderlands 3, man?
Thank you. Damn, dude. We got a bottle of Jack Daniels in here.
Yeah. Every time, every instance you go to, you'll see new stuff every time.
Here you go. Why? Here's that drink.
Oh shit. I've made a fucking mess.
What the fuck? Hey! Only VIPs can be in here?
Where's the steak? Get the steak in here.
Steak? Where's the steak?
There's steak and potato out there.
No, that's cake. Hey, yo, like, somebody's playing Spin the Bottle.
Eh.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Oh, look, we got Goofy.
It's
Sponge.
meme.
Ah.
So it looks like I gotta make out with meme.
A sponge. Sponge.
Never thought I would say that.
Here. Sponge. Ah, I can't get the sponge.
Just waterfall it in my mouth.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like right. Pretty good.
That would be so. That's very, very, very rich.
You want a face battle?
Oh, I can't imagine doing that though in person. I mean, just waterfall the coffee.
Was that fucking coffee?
Yeah.
I thought that was moonshine.
Oh, that's coffee. Oh yeah, I can't imagine waterfalling a whole pint of coffee. That would be painful.
Hot coffee.
Yeah, hot coffee that is.
Hey, could you hand me that margarita? I'm a little bit too stubby to.
Yep.
Ah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Your mission.
Like, I don't hate it, it's just, oh my gosh.
Lately on the news, in controversy with what do you call it? Borderlands 3.
Yeah, man. Catch a ride.
No, you leave my
Catch a ride. Yeah, Scooter. Can't get enough of Scooter, man.
Get like the whole Borderlands 2 and every DLC for like $15 right now.
Oh yeah, I already like owned the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands 2, so I ended up getting that whole package for like $9.39.
I need to buy it.
Yeah, mine's the apartment. Is this the steak?
Yeah, and I recall, I think I left like a, what was it? It was that Necromancer age. I think if I recall,
Sure, my shaders are on. I got a good
at one point I stopped playing, and I think I left her at level 34 or something.
Oh, I played the Krieg dude. I think like beat everything except for like part of one DLC.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be rated R.
Oh yeah. What was that? I forget if Terramorphous is part of the base game or a part of a DLC. Oh, absolutely. I'll have more.
Oh, what the fuck?
Just pour it right in my mouth.
Suck a dick up there?
Wow, you're tough.
Where?
Oh yeah. A bit of controversy with Borderlands 3. CEO of Gearbox is being a snowflake.
I need that purple
No.
bottle.
I don't know.
Feels bad.
Or is there gonna be microtransactions?
Okay.
Oh, no microtransactions. Like,
Probably the basement.
I know there's like a lot of criticism being thrown at him because you know, Borderlands 3 on the PC is gonna be exclusive to the Epic Store for 6 months.
That's not good.
Always.
Yeah, he's the CEO has been getting a lot of Gearbox has been getting a lot of like, I guess, DMs and tweets sent to him.
Yeah, man, I got Jack Daniels.
So I gotta download Fortnite, play Borderlands.
No.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it sounds like. That it's because Epic gives like 12%, only gets 12% revenue. That's why publishers and developers are putting those games on Epic Game Store first.
Do you know what Steam's share is?
It's 30% on Steam.
Oh yeah, we're having a date.
Yep. 3% Steam revenue.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Were you being served or were you being robbed?
Alright, that's
Already finished,
Why,
but
Fox, why?
actually there's one bite of the steak right here. There we go.
I prefer this avatar now. Please don't ruin Kingdom Hearts for me.
I don't know what
Please
happened to
don't
mine.
ruin
What's
Kingdom
going
Hearts.
on here? What the fuck?
Just don't ruin Kingdom Hearts for me, please.
Well, anyway, yeah, that's the uproar for right now with Borderlands 3 is is having it be an Epic Store exclusive for 6 months, and then it's gonna come out to Steam on like next year in April. Yeah.
Do you want to go upstairs or do I go for
So you have to buy it through the Epic Store
I need rum.
with
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah, if you want to play Borderlands 3 right away, you have to buy it on the Epic Store.
Thank you, bartender.
Oh my god. That's fucking stupid.
I know, huh? Also, the Epic Store isn't that good. There's no offline mode.
I feel like what do they have, like Fortnite is like their other game? Is that it?
Customer service.
No, they got a couple of games on their store. Like they got the Division 2, they got Metro Exodus.
Can you see everything?
Oh.
Got a butt ton of indie games on there too.
Can you see any people that are on the first floor?
I mean,
That's still kind of stupid.
I know it's stupid with these timed exclusives. Like, I'm not going to be able to play Metro Exodus on Steam until I think January 2020.
Why doesn't Steam just lower the shit? It's always been 30.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, they need to lower their revenue share at 18%, somewhere like around 18%. That way the developer gets a little more money, as well as the publisher.
Yeah, I think the real reason that they would charge 30% is because they're kind of pushing the whole we have the biggest PC platform
They do.
instead of these other launchers. Probably that's.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like that happened with Black Ops 4, cause didn't it go on to Activision's like the BattleNet first?
Yeah, Black Ops 4 ended up becoming kind of exclusive to the Battle.net, but yeah.
I just switched from console maybe 3 weeks ago, so the only experience I have with that is when I played WoW. Oh my god. If I was in an actual headset, that would have been scary as fuck.
Welcome to VR chat.
Meme, are you fucking spying on?
Yeah. First year, I decided to go from console to PC back in 2013.
Yo, why are you being so creepy? Fucking Ender chicken.
Yo, drink upside down.
Real fucking weird. Yo, don't mess with my drink.
That shit was upside down, bro. I clean these tables. I want that shit all over. Put it back. Bitch.
Service here is despicable. Can I help you? What?
Yes, can we help you too?
You were saying?
Oh yeah, I made the switch from console to PC in the year 2013.
That's what I should have done.
Yeah, cause I didn't know that like the thing that brought me to become a PC gamer, it was not only like the higher resolution and the higher like frame rate, but the amount of mods that you can have in some games like Arma 3 or
Give that to them. I'm a child, I can't have alcohol. That's what I have. I mean, the only reason I came here is because fucking, I can't, like, do the same kind of aiming shit on console in terms of FPS. And they have this shit, VR.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I understand about the aiming. I mean, the aiming on the. And if I was playing The Division 2 with the controller, I would not be able to drop enemies as fast as with the mouse. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I fucking noticed was everybody's like, there's a much bigger skill gap because there's no aim assist, and it's harder to actually pick up the aiming with a mouse.
yeah, I know there's a difference when I play FPS with the mouse and keyboard. Like all the bad guys at Storm, every time you get to a certain objective, right away I point and just unload and start dropping like flies once I start getting that cursor thrown right in the direction they're moving to, such as cover.
That's the thing, though. Like, I don't know. In, like, relation to, like, your desk, like, how far forward is your fucking mouse?
My
The
mouse.
edge of your desk.
Not like on the edge of the desk, but it's a little bit on like pretty good ground near the edge. Yeah.
I feel like I play with mine too close to the edge. and I'm not using like enough forearm because my fucking wrist gets worn out really quickly. Trying to play on like 2 inches from the edge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I used to have that problem. Well, I got a new desk.
Lower?
It's not like lower. It's a little lower than like the previous, but it's low enough to where I'm not gonna have that problem with my arm. No.
Yeah, that's it. What?
Oh hey, it's a duck.
Fucking eat it.
Quick, scope it, skin it up, and put it on the fire and eat it.
Broil that bitch.
I had to feed my cat because she meowed at me.
You know what kind of drugs ducks do?
What do they do? Again?
Whack.
Oh yeah. Yep, that duck is on some serious drugs right there. He's doing There, duck, have some more. Have some more, duck.
It'll taste better if it's full of alcohol.
It's gonna get a really nice flavor.
I have 10,000 of those on my desk.
Fuck. Wait, let me see this bottle. Wonder if I can like the thing. Stupid bottle flip. I did it with the glass just then. But that's hard.
What? Oh. But ducks like burgers too.
What is this even supposed to be? Is this like this looks like a goddamn root beer float in a shot glass?
I know, huh? Like a root beer float, and I don't know. I thought it was like a latte or something, like one of those cold lattes.
Oh. Maybe weird glass, but maybe.
Or like a. He's on a plate.
That looks. Oh, that's awful. If only it could play dead too.
Yeah, well, the duck belongs on a dinner plate. That deserved a screenshot.
It looked fucking tasty. Oh. Oh man. What's really fucked up is it's sitting on top of eggs.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh shit.
It's a duck sitting on a platter.
Got like a fork cut?
uh, 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 uh.
The fuck? That's a RGB turkey.
Or wait, or yeah, they're a turkey or what was that other bird? Oh yeah, peacock.
That's definitely a peacock.
An RGB peacock.
Yeah, no, that's not the color's not right. That's definitely an RGB peacock. Somebody to clean up this mess? The fuck?
It's like
You got a fork for me?
it's like short on staff tonight or something.
Would you be giving that extra points for being farm fresh, or would you deduct points for being raw?
Yeah, so are those eggs farm fresh or are they like
Maybe if you look at it from like a sushi perspective, then it's not so bad. It's quite powerful.
yeah.
Can you even do like chicken sushi?
I heard that's possible.
Without salmonella?
Yeah, I heard that's possible.
Probably need very good chicken.
Then you could do like a whole themed sushi. It's like chicken and like mashed potatoes in between the chicken.
Oh my
wrapped in
goodness, that
bacon.
would be deadly.
Bacon sushi wrap.
As for the chicken, you probably would need like it would have to be like a farm fresh chicken. Pull it off.
Otherwise, you got fucking poisoning real quick.
Oh yeah.
Just grow chicken in the lab.
Maybe if it worked, you could do like a whole thing of like Western sushi that's like cooked beef and chicken. But it's like a snobby high-end chain, and then nobody will make fun of it.
I know,
because it's so expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've eaten some stuff raw before. I never got sick. I don't know. Good beef liver is actually pretty easy to eat raw.
Can you slice it up super thin? Throw it in the sushi?
Yep, can do that.
Are y'all eating?
What?
Are you guys eating?
We were gonna eat that duck.
Yeah.
Oh, you might want to run, Ducky.
Oh shit.
Yeah, quick scope it.
Why did you say that?
Who, me?
Yeah, why, here we go. I can't find a fork. I need to, like, impale this little fucker.
Oh no.
Dude, punch
Really,
his
Duck?
flesh. There was a thing.
It's you again.
Like a ploy that
the world?
Payless did.
Gosh, hello there.
Their shoes are like $20, and so they put
Why
like
are
a
you
little
here
pop-up
again?
store in LA, posing as like a designer shoe store, and took their $20 shoes and sold them
Wow.
$3,000 a pair.
Oh.
And people bought them because they thought it was new. So what I'm saying is take some supermarket chicken breast, wrap that shit up in some fucking $5 bacon, and fling it on a plate and say, "Lay sushi, $850." And then you put it in some stuck-up metropolitan area in fucking LA or Paris or some shit.
$150 sashimi or sashimi. That'd be epic. Only the wealthiest on like Hollywood would be able to eat at that place.
I mean, it would work. How many fucking like sushi restaurants have you heard of that are like that expensive and that are not using like normal sushi shit? Like, how many sushi restaurants do you know? Hey, we have chicken sushi and we have beef sushi. What the fuck?
A dolphin. Lovely. That's what we need.
That's a sea duck.
Why does it sound like a duck? What kind of dolphin?
I guess it's called a sea duck.
Oh, Goofy. Chop us up some dolphin.
Yeah. Chop us some dolphin.
Dolphin, come back, man. I'm trying to eat.
Would you ever want to try a dolphin?
Yeah, go get the dolphin.
Yeah.
Dolphin, go.
Like eating it?
We go.
Dolphin sashimi
Chop his ass up, Goofy.
sounds wonderful. Oh boy.
That don't make no sense. What the fuck? I ain't got no Scooby snacks, don't look at me.
Bro, shut your little ugly ass up, bro. You better close that mouth, nigga, before I fucking knock the living teeth out of you, nigga. Goddamn. Alright, now give me some Scooby snacks.
Did I hear the word nigger? We can't have the word nigger.
Bro, shut your little white ass up, bro. I'm about to fucking slap the living fuck out of you,
bro.
bro.
Nigger in this
Bro, shut your little white ass up, bro. You must be fat as fuck, bro. You get that fatness from your neck, bro. Goddamn. Ooga
booga, ooga booga.
Ooga booga head ass nigga.
I just don't understand that.
Hey, bro, can I get something to eat? Ah, thanks, homie. I appreciate that.
He was gonna serve us some fresh sushi. Some dolphin.
Bro, this nigga got sushi. Let's go, bro. Let me get some sushi, bro. Bro, we up in here, bro. We got little Zan up in this bitch, bro. We got this anime bitch, and we got this other anime bitch, and we got a motherfucking dolphin, bro. Let's go, nigga. Oh, well. Hey, bro, you got the wine, bro? Hey, let's go, nigga. It's lit. I don't drink, but... Bro, this nigga's quacking, bro. Wait, who's quacking? Is it you?
The dolphin quack.
Yep.
Oh, is it this nigga quacking, bro?
Yep.
I'm dead.
Dolphins are quacking.
Oh, he's goofy.
Here we go, Goofy. Chop us some sushi. Call it Goofy Sushi.
Oh. Bro, this nigga's Kanye fucking
Tell me
easy,
you're a
nigga. Get the
desktop
fuck out of
user.
here.
Is that what's up? Yo, Goofy, are you a desktop user? Is that why you can't chop sushi? Are you desktop? Can you nod? Yes or no?
Oh, poor Goofy.
I'm not gonna make fun of him because I'm desktop. That's why I can't reach nothing on the table. Got some in-game tickets?
Bro, it's fucking Goofy.
Goblet. Right.
Yep.
Bro, this is like two pink niggas, bro. One skinny one big ass. God.
Ant-Man gonna
I got-
call Thanos butt.
I got like in-game tickets like, for like the midnight release.
For real.
But like they're
Bro, fucking these white niggas always fucking muting me and shit, bro. They're like, oh my god, I'm about to mute you, bro. Shut your little ugly ass up, you fat piece of shit. Oh shit, I'm so fucked up. I need to chill. Yo, what's good, my pink homie?
It's oh my god. Yo, like man, hey pink man, like
What's good, homie?
Somebody's already been here, you know.
Nah, bro. Pink man's here. Am I right, homie? This nigga, he's like, alright, nigga, I'm about to sit here. Let me just chill with y'all. But look at fucking Goofy, fucking creepy ass, bro. He's just like creepy in the back and shit. The fuck you doing? Bro, this nigga just like. Get your bubba. Bro, what's good, homie?
Bro, what's that? Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, it's Master Chief. About to get top of your head, bro. I'm about to hump you.
I'm not okay with this.
Oh yeah.
Is there like a Shaggy Goofy? Not Shaggy
Hey, yo,
Goofy,
what's good, Lil Zan? How you doing? Why is your music so trash, my nigga, for real? God damn.
Yeah, my nigga, yo shit whack as fuck, my nigga. I swear to God.
Yo, what's good, homie?
Hey, bro, what's going on, man?
I'm just talking shit to Lil Xan real quick. Look at this nigga. Right here, bro. He's like right in front of me. That little nigga, bro.
You better go back to Tumblr, my nigga. I swear to God.
What the?
Bro, this lobby's fucking whack ass fuck, man. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you.
What you guys talking about?
Earlier we're talking about what was it? Oh yeah, like some controversy or something with like the Epic Game Store. You know?
Oh yeah, my. That's nice.
Yeah, like the fact that Borderlands 3 is going to be exclusive for like 6 months, which is kind of is no big deal. At the same time, I can wait.
Are you actually like not gonna play Borderlands until April?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because by the time it comes out on Steam, all the DLC will be, you know, available. Like by the time it comes out on Steam.
It'll already be old. like 6 months in.
Oh yeah, 6 months in.
That's actually not a good idea. What? Man, I'm really getting sick of like disrespect this establishment.
Yeah, of course.
Let me get
Like people are like disrespecting my personal space, throwing my food, calling my homie Lil Xan, like that's an insult. That's just rude.
I know. Oh.
Yo, but
And you want a high seat? You want to pull over a high seat? Put on your bib. Thank you.
Then again, okay then. Yeah, then again, I don't mind getting it on the Epic Store. It's just that I rather not buy it straight through the Epic Store. I'd rather get the PD key from a trusted third-party vendor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know why Epic doesn't just put it in their own like separate launcher or Gearbox. Put their own fucking game in their own launcher. Fuck it. I don't see how it's that much more work.
Yeah, cause I really don't trust buying anything through the Epic Store because due to like how minimal their security is.
Got all them hacks fucking bucks. That's probably why it's only 12%. Half-assed, and that's the only way they're gonna get stuff on their their platform is by lowballing.
And then yeah, as soon as they start adding features, they're gonna increase that revenue. You see where this is going?
Yep. Where the fuck else would it go?
So this move that's being done by publishers was pretty pointless if you think about it.
I mean, maybe what they're trying to do is stem the flow of like have their man, that's fucking annoying. Stem their revenue, as in have their initial like big boom of game sales when the game comes out on the launcher, and that way 6 months down the line, when it comes out on Steam and release DLC, then all the Steam players, it's gonna be like another like kind of like spreading out the revenue because more people will be there down the line, and it'll keep the game relevant. Maybe that's what they're trying to do as well.
Yeah, that's probably what they're trying to do. Is trying to do it so they can eventually add like features in, just like what Steam has. I don't know.
It's still like a money grab though. It's still like kind of money motivated, pushing on access to the game for people that don't want to buy it through the Steam or through the Epic. So
yeah, I know, huh? I know. I'm actually used to having like multiple launchers. Like, I don't mind having Origins to play Anthem, and I certainly don't mind having Uplay to play the Far Cry games as well as The Division. Those kind of games.
I thought Anthem had big problems.
Yeah, it has problems, dude. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a gorgeous looking game, but it does need to have a lot of things ironed out.
Yeah, I mean, the one video I saw was like, I didn't even see a video on it. It was just like a mockery of how it literally just reskinned not Destiny, Warframe, kind of Destiny, but mainly Warframe. And it just didn't make sense. I actually saw the gameplay, and it does like that. It didn't make sense to actually buy it and invest time into it when it's that similar at the base.
And the level cap is like, it's not even a high level cap, it's just all the way to level 30.
So it's literally what Destiny 1 was with its cap.
Yep, and of course, I expect it to be like Destiny 1 where it gets better like over a year.
Are they not, or are you anticipating that they'll do that?
I'm on the anticipation side that it's gonna be like Destiny 1 where it will get better after a year. They start adding in like content that was supposed to be at launch.
I mean, what content is that? Did they just like throw the game out there and then there's no real end game? There's like no raid?
It's like like these dungeon-like instances, like strongholds, but what sucks is there's not going to be a raid until May.
Ah. Yeah, no, that's not. Well, I mean, wasn't like Baltic Glass like delayed a month Destiny's launch? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was also delayed. The Vault of Glass that didn't come out till like I think a month later. I don't remember.
When did Anthem come out? Like February something? I want to say 12th. Unless I'm tripping.
Oh, when did Anthem come out?
Yes.
Yeah, it came out at the end of February.
Oh. I mean, that's longer. Yeah, May is for a raid to come out. Like,
Yeah, that's
really,
really long for a raid to come out.
Trying to think what like I would be looking at it from kind of like World of Warcraft.
Oh, I remember when the Rage came out in World of Warcraft.
I can't remember like from BFA launch how long it was before the first raid. Was it 2 weeks or a month? 5 weeks? I know it's usually like around a month, but 3 months for a raid to come out on a game like that, which doesn't sound like it takes long to get max level and geared up. Feels like it would be a big drought.
Yeah, I know. There's a reason people want to do raids. I mean, not only to learn something, but get that gear. So they can be high and mighty.
Yeah, I feel like Destiny and Warframe should have done more with the open world. Warframe kind of does it because of the open world shit with the like playing, but it's still too instant and not like enough meaning to them going out in the open world.
Oh yeah. I don't understand how a free-to-play game can have so much more compared to a buy-to-play game.
I mean, they do have a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah. But veteran Warframe player said, "Oh, there's no need to spend money on Warframes. Yeah, you got to grind the hell out of the game just to get another Warframe, but that's what you get for when you do go with the free-to-play model. Just grind the hell out of it."
Yeah. I mean, it's not that bad because it's all cosmetic, but there are some things that shouldn't be like platinum purchase. Some of the stuff you actually need the premium currency stuff with. like the most basic shit, like being able to put all your mods in your weapon. You gotta pay for a catalyst. You don't have plat. Like if you can't earn plat, you gotta buy it. That's kind of stupid. But it's a more functional model. Like, cause the game just isn't having that kind of problem. Like a buy-to-play game that's like they get their $60 up front and then they get nothing after. And that's why, you know, you see so many games trying to implement like their buy-to-play model up front, trying to rack in microtransactions on top of DLC so that they can have a better quarterly, more consistent quarterly.
Oh yeah, there's that. There's also the pay-to-play model where with pay-to-play, you get more, you can level up faster and also get more. I think every month they'll give you like that premium currency as long as you're subscribed or something.
In Anthem?
Oh, and like I don't know if Warframe offers a subscription model.
They don't.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about Twitch Prime, because Twitch Prime you get one of those like I think every 6 months you get like one of those
Loot, like
Uber.
Twitch loot.
Yeah, you get that Twitch loot like
Oh no, I know what you're saying now, because they had Trinity Prime if you had your shit linked.
yeah, you get the Prime Warframes I think every like 6 months.
Actually, that's kind of a good model, is having like a patronage thing where it's like BDO or Arcade or something, where you don't technically need it to play the game, but if you want to do a lot of stuff in the game, it just makes it like, you know, more reasonable. But like the way that's really implemented is in WoW with the WoW token. That way, if you actually earn the money, people can kind of, you know, low-key pay to win at the game and buy a bunch of WoW tokens, and then people can actually maintain their subscription without paying.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember I sold like I think I sold like 6 WoW tokens. People still got the. I guess I contributed by helping people keep their subscription. Somewhat.
Yeah, that was currency for like the one time at the end of WoD where people wanted their mount from clearing heroic archons or whatever it was. They're ahead of the curve or whatever. So many people were trying to get it before the expansion came out, so they would pay for carries.
Can I get your help, please?
Ah.
That shit was crazy, cause not my guild. I mean, we were doing carries, but there was a guild on the server that was doing a carry every 8 minutes. They're making. They took, I think it was 40,000 gold, 2 WoW tokens.
Wow.
Per person. They would carry 10 people through in 8 minutes. That shit was bad money.
I don't know what this is. I was told to come here and that I would find a waifu.
We were doing what was it? We were doing ICC with my guild, and I can remember there several times like just everyone else would wipe except the 2 tanks, and the 2 tanks would just carry on taking down the Lich King. It was epic.
Fucking EK tanks. I didn't play during ICC, but
Going to take
that's kind of like
my leave now.
when the absorption starts taking over and actual healing meters calculate.
How does that make any sense?
Mike's fucking cutting out. That fucking the tanks just consistently have higher HPS than healers, and it gets fucking stupid.
I know.
Legion 2.
Excuse me.
The warrior
I have
buff
a question.
absorption
I
shield
am
with like
of
a 2000 or what was
of a
there's
series
a number.
of
Yeah, it's like a 2.5 million HP pool, and then you would, if you hit your ignore pain when you had the one buff up, and then you'd have an absorption shield that's, you know, twice that of your fucking max health.
I do not know where to find
I think I
waifu.
I had like a Blood Death Knight for Legion, and sitting at 9 million, and whenever I forgot what that ability is called, but it increased my HP for like a short amount of time. I think I got up to almost 20 million HP, just stacked with that buff.
That's why I had to change the fucking with the 64-bit, because the fucking 32-bit systems can't handle. I think it's like 2.86 billion.
They say that shit is waifu.
Alright, drunken sinister puppet coming through. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Are you waifu or? Yeah, yes.
God, that's fucking. That dude is so thirsty.
No.
Can I have a waifu?
None is my waifu.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, really. Not you're really that desperate. Just a game.
He needs waifu. You want to be my waifu?
What? He wants waifu for lifeu.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Thank you, though. It's very kind.
Go upstairs. I'm out.
You know what? You might be right.
Hello, Dios de la Mireta.
What?
Hello, Conrads. Hello, may I take your order? Also, I need assistance for Mother Russia, of course. Yeah, you seem very unuseful. Oh, you do speak? You do speak?
Yeah, I speak.
Do you talk? So I have a question. I was tasked on a very important mission for the fate of the motherland. I was told to find a so-called waifu, but I do not know where to find said person. Do you know where I can find the waifu?
Sure. You could try the box or open mic night.
Okay, the box in open mic night. I believe I've heard of those places. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Do you know how one identifies a wife?
He drops his
how will I know if it is the waifu? You know, because I have met other waifus, but apparently they are not my waifu, which is apparently very wrong.
Well, from what you just told me, if you're from the motherland, then it would, you know, technically be our waifu. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, yes, communism is there. But I mean,
I can't.
So yes, in the end, but
your motherland connection is like.
Yeah, it's really cutting
I am
out.
in the land of I am currently I am in the land of capitalist pigs and Western spies. So
he's in the UK.
Here you guys, I believe, say like it is just yours. I believe. So like there is no us. But I have learned.
Good accent.
So I was learning to find my waifu, not our waifu. Yo, wait, really? Who said that? Is it a really good accent?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You gotta
dude,
like
this shit's
stutter
fake
less
as
though.
fuck.
Wow.
No, this actually sounds pretty good. You gotta like the stutters. You gotta like slow them down. Like you're stuttering way too much to be real.
Oh. Okay, see, I do the stutter because I feel like it makes it sound like I do not know English.
Why do you need
What?
a waifu? What's your
my friend
This is gay, man.
my friend told me to go out and find a VR chat waifu, so I'm out here looking for a VR chat waifu.
Oh whoa.
Oh wow.
Because apparently they all have VRs.
What happened to you?
I think it was just to get me away from them, to be honest.
What?
What?
Your accent, comrade. We love.
Oh, I am lagging very bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
But it is... My internet is pretty shit, to be honest.
Maybe you should have gotten the new internet instead of a headset.
Oh, is this... Are you rifle?
Yeah.
Are you... Are
Yes.
you...
New internet.
Are you...
With a bit of priority. Oh well.
Goodbye.
I agree with him. Oh. Oh no.
Wow.
Oh no.
Riveting.
Wowzers.
No, it's Chinese. Never mind.
Why? It's just the circus.
That's like the Halloween chase theme.
Yo, there's something in the floor right here.
Oh no.
You see that? If you look down there, there's something you can grab.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Blood legend.
That looks like somebody's foot. Oh.
Oh, juked.
Yep.
Full body tracking.
That was pretty expensive. Obviously.
You gotta go into the Black Sun as waifu fucking avatar.
Yeah.
I Fortnite. Hey guys. I want to be Morgs. I Fortnite danced every hour of the day. I wish I didn't do this challenge. Goodbye.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well. Oh. Hello, sir.
Yo, what's up, dude? You got any food?
There was like food here like 5 minutes. 5 minutes ago.
Got any cheeseburger?
I can hear people giggling. I was like, what
Can we do this another time?
Yeah, dude, I totally understand if you're not ready for it. I can go somewhere else.
Not ready for
Yo, I'm gonna be on the other end of this. Whoa.
Yo, what's up, dude? Got any food?
I'm not ready for your CRP.
I have a dice for you. I'll just let you absorb it.
Can I get some French fry?
Okay.
I don't know. Do like a root beer float with that?
I'll just let you absorb it, alright?
I don't
You sure, my dude?
Jesus, Yoshi, you let yourself go a little bit. What?
Yeah, you're alarming.
Yeah, I
He
know,
just absorbs his food. What are you talking about? He doesn't even eat it. Look, let's just let him absorb it. Yeah, it's gone. Oh, wait, I gotta find some extras.
His friend?
Oh, got some extras. Where'd it go?
Wow.
We're best friends. We know each
Are you his
other.
friend?
We've hung out before.
You're okay with this? I mean...
I'm acquainted with this Yoshi, but
You're okay with this? I mean...
I didn't say I was okay with it. I'm not
He's
particularly
okay with it. We're best friends. We hang out all the time. We'll do high fives. We great. We get food.
You let him get like this?
Better be
Like,
careful.
Why is it my fault?
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Oh my god.
It's like,
you lied to your dad.
yeah, he lied to his dad.
Oh my.
He just absorbs his food, bro. Yo, you can ride him.
Ride the Yoshi.
Get my fucking back.
Just ride the Yoshi.
No, she already took the spot you thought.
Put her outside the map.
Carry on,
These two are sexing it up in the background.
Sit on me. I'm too low. My head like hitting the fucking table.
Yep, it's hitting the table.
I was like, oh, sorry, just looking for extras. Why is there people I didn't see anyone in the room. I walked in from
I was not ready for
the door.
letting this RP.
Let Yoshi get like that.
He has a whole fast food routine.
The sunset, alright?
I feel like, you know, you should probably intervene at some point.
It's not my problem.
His friend, though.
He was like that before. He was already like that.
There's another answer. If this roll's a 1, you've got to help him. Fuck.
Jesus. Alarming wide.
Did he just give you over a Kermit?
He has so many fast food memorized.
Yeah, fast food.
Oh no.
Fast food all the way to.
Can I take your order?
Can I get a Big Mac? Can I get mashed potatoes gravy? Can I get Wendy's frosty? Can I get McDonald's McGriddle? Can I get McDonald's McFlurry? Can I get Big Mac?
You got
Can I get
titties.
Junior Chicken? Can I get quarter pounder cheese? Can I get McDouble? Can I get French fries? Can I get large French fries? Can I get medium French fries? Can I get small French fries? Can I get chicken? Can I get?
Yo, this is some rock
Can I
right
get
here.
fish fillet? Can I get
You're fucking dude.
Can I get
Yoshi, you
can I
like
get
Yoshi?
I can't sit down. I can't sit down. I can't sit down. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna die. I'm so sorry.
You alright, buddy?
You alright, dude? Oh no.
Can I get McDonald's French fry? Can I get big French fries? Can I get medium French fries?
Oh no.
Can I get one of these Baconator? Can I get one of these Frosty? Can I get McDonald's?
You
Yes, such a big order right here.
I'm fucking fat, dude. I'm fucking fat. Can I get McDonald's French fry? Can I get medium French fry? Can I get McDonald's quarter pounder? Can I get Wendy's Baconator? Can I get
Yeah, we're in VR chat. I have it on screen share.
Can I get McDonald's? Can I get McDonald's Big Mac? Can I get McDonald's Long Mac?
You only want McDonald's Big Mac?
Can I get a McDonald's French fry? Can I get a
boy.
Hey, buddy, John, are you there? Can you hear me, buddy?
Can I give McDonald's a french fry? McDonald's Big Mac.
I'm fucking, I'm in tears right now. Like, was he bouncing up and down on your run too?
Yeah.
It's like an excited little boy, like,
I'm
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
dying of laugh. Dying here too. I'm so dying right here. He's still doing it. He memorizes his fast food too.
I told you these things, man. It was worse when there were 3 of them. So bad.
I'm friggin' done.
So large.
You guys wanna hear my evil voice?
Yeah, sure. Go right for it.
I will eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your soul tastes. Actually, it's not that good.
He sounded like a Worgen, dude.
What did you say about me?
Oh my god, you can get on Jacob's back.
You sit next to you.
Where did I go? You can get on Jacob's back, dude. Hey.
Wow, dude.
Hey.
Yo.
There's only
friend
one
Yoshi
room for
is,
Kermit in this town.
I know. Do you want a taxi to go away?
Just throw your
Hey. One of us has got to change, and it ain't gonna be me.
Oh, your friend Yoshi.
He's making a show of himself.
Chasing Yoshi. Dude. That guy's waifu girlfriend got on, and so the Velociraptor had the other one on, and they were chasing him.
Yo. Literally the whole server is chasing a friend. You know?
The entire establishment is chasing your friend.
Pretty much.
Yoshi's in the bathroom taking a fat shit.
Literally everyone. Your friend is taking a shit in the bathroom right now.
The noises he made were like an earthquake. It was literally like an earthquake. It shook the entire.
Yeah, you got to see what's happening now.
Yoshi, dude. You alright now, Yoshi?
You feeling alright, bud? How's your tum tum?
Dude, I need McDonald's French fry. I need McDonald's Big Mac. I need McDonald's Junior Chicken.
Okay.
I need Wendy's Frosty. I need McDonald's McFlurry.
I'm done.
He's not doing too good.
He's not doing really good. Wants his food, like, wants his order again, even though he just took a giant crap, you know? Wants the same order again.
His body requires more grease.
You guys are killing my
It's like a daily intake minimum of grease.
Like, it's like a daily intake of foreign carbohydrates with all that grease, you know.
There we go. This is perfect. Taking thousands of screenshots.
Like,
He knows
literally.
the history behind each dish.
I'm gonna put this on my Facebook page, and we're gonna get some.
It's really creepy. He actually knows like
Boy.
the recipe, like from top to bottom. Like when the specific like burger was incepted.
The freaking Yoshi is still
I
here.
wanna follow you.
Easy game.
I'm not gonna follow you.
So, you usually come around here? Oh god, Yoshi.
Yeah.
That avatar just caused controversy. Fucking insane.
Pretty interesting.
Very strange.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh. Yo, dude, it's rock
The
and
other
roll,
day,
man.
I fucking saw a snake.
Dude, I'm outside the
right?
map.
And he was walking
Yeah.
around and
I mean,
he would just hear like, Colonel, I'm trying to stick around, but the cop in my ass is wearing the gun. No, I'm dumb and thick and clapping my ass.
scary what his insulin level is at.
No blue man is allowed in this club. No blue man is allowed in. Look, this is the plan, right? We're gonna nuke that side, and we're gonna stay okay here.
Oh.
What is lagging my computer so bad? Is it this alien little thing?
Okay, I'm like.
Yo, I found my way back home.
Casual.
By falling off the wheel. You know, the big old fat thing for Star Wars.
What even happened, man? I forgot what was going on. Like Yoshi showed up and it was just chaos.
Alright, let's go.
I see the suck. That's how I know.
I'm a done.
Yeah, it was like Scooby showed up, and now
Is there a chimp on my back?
That movie sucked.
we got this Yoshi here.
Yo, he's a dinosaur. He can't drink.
What'd you say?
And the dinosaur is trying to drink.
Hey bro, I'm gonna take your Big Mac. I'm sorry. I'll be back.
Yo, I'm stuck behind the counter.
Hey bro, here's a Big Mac chicken.
Got way too weird.
Touch my face like that.
It's right here, bro.
You should see it.
That's funny.
Hi guys.
And Yoshi memorizes like a menu at every chain.
Yoshi, can you sit down?
Thank you.
Yeah, like every chain you can name.
It's okay, son. No, baby, don't rush. Don't rush, baby, don't.
Wonder what his favorite is supposed to become.
I don't want you to do it.
Because he says Burger King and McDonald's, and I feel like that's always it's always one or the other.
Monkey?
For most people.
They say like Frosties for Wendy's or something, or the Baconator.
Oh my god, it's a
What's it called?
Oh, hey, Jack.
giant monkey.
Okay, Jack, you got it.
Chicken
You got it.
but like
He's just been doing this for the past like.
Dairy Queen has
15
like
minutes.
a box, like the toast and fries,
He's oscillating
like
while he's
chicken
doing it.
tendies, but like the big tasty chicken
Yeah.
tendies. Buffalo.
I'm just saying, your friend is making a show of
Jack,
himself again.
It's the Jack Hoodie.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to kick him out soon. He's really not very good for custom right now.
I have nothing. Like
Can you not sort of control them a little?
like verbally, like I don't have control.
Wow.
Like at all.
Physically, I couldn't have control. Like
Right. I'm just gonna,
if you want to try to remove Yoshi,
I was thinking more just like get him to sort of change a little.
lure him away with some.
He's cheating on you.
You know, just change a little. It'd be great.
Baconator. Some of his favorites.
I don't know, like I got take the bun off and replace it with place it as a lettuce wrap. I don't know.
Yuck.
What? Are you gonna take me out for dinner?
I'm trying to think, like sauce wise.
Of course.
What is bad? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the buffalo sauce, right?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Because sauces are delicate for me, man. I don't have sauce that often, so there's like honey mustard, like really good honey mustard, and then there's buffalo, and I'm trying to think what else is like really good besides like barbecue sauce and ranch.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sauces because they're like a delicacy to me too. Like, I don't have sauce that often, or none at all.
I shouldn't even have the sauce I had. Spicy. Fucked me up in like 8 hours. Very upset.
Oh yeah. Remember Del Taco used to screw me up. I used to eat it.
Del Taco's still in business.
And they're still in business after all these years.
Wouldn't they? I thought, like, wouldn't they just get completely outsold by Taco Bell?
I thought they did get outsold by Taco Bell, and they're still in business.
Maybe like only in California. Just for shits and giggles, they're still in business.
Yeah, they are still in business here in California.
Even the name just sounds fucking grimy.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Are you talking to someone?
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, we're talking.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, we're trying to
Is
think.
someone here?
It's like the buffalo sauce, but it's sweet.
Oh, it's like
a similar color.
Oh, it's like a similar color and sweetness to the buffalo sauce, huh?
Yeah, it's like buffalo sauce, but it's sweet instead of like spicy, and it's orange.
Oh.
I remember. That shit's good though.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, I bet.
Well, no, what I was talking about earlier was buffalo because it wasn't that, but I forgot.
Oh. Oh,
spicy and orange, not spicy and orange, sweet.
Oh,
that would have been so long ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that stuff. I don't know. Both Taco Bell and Del Taco messed me up really bad when I used to binge out off of them.
Like a Dorito shell fucking taco. Sounds nasty.
I know. Just one taco. One taco from any of those two places is enough to mess you up when you go to the toilet, dude.
I wonder what it does that.
Yeah,
I'm your waiter. I'd like to take your order.
I'm not gonna tip you.
Huh?
I said I'm not gonna tip you for the service.
I'm saying here too, boy. I just like consumed you. Yo,
there you go. There's your tip.
What?
Awesome. Yeah. I don't know what they do with the tacos.
Maybe it's like mild food poisoning.
It must be. I mean,
but how would it be like consistent mild food poisoning?
it must be something that how they handle the food and how also the fact that soda machines have been known to have fecal matter in them.
How?
They never. I don't know. Rarely do they ever clean the soda machines on a daily basis.
So somebody was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take a shit in the soda machine."
Or they never wash their hands.
Okay, but wouldn't that wouldn't really be in the soda machine? That would just be in the collection bay. So.
Bro, you abandoned me. What the hell was that back there?
I mean, I guess that does make sense. Like somebody smearing shit like on the collection bay. That's kind of nasty. I don't want.
I don't want my beverage tasting like someone took a dump in it. Come on.
I mean, that does. They wouldn't. They wouldn't clean the inside of the machine, but I feel like they would.
Dude, I knew someone.
They should clean the tray.
At least clean the tray.
That shit does always seem dirty.
Yeah, it is dirty. Wondering, no wonder why I get I don't know why I would get sick. Often, don't freaking clean the intake of the soda machine.
I feel like I've probably actually gotten sick from that before. That actually made some sense.
Yeah, that's why I don't. This is why I don't ever eat out anymore because of that crap.
I think the nastiest shit I've seen is how the Quick Trip or McDonald's, they'll literally have the hot dog thing the whole day, and anybody can just reach in and touch them. And it's why would you want a sausage or a hot dog from that open rack of rollers? It's just there all day, and anybody can touch it, spit on it, and it looks dirty as fuck. I've never actually seen anybody take one off rollers. I wonder if people actually eat that shit. They must. There.
Oh, that's gross.
Like a cheese-filled hot dog off the open rollers in a public Quick Trip that's been roasting there for the past 26 hours. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
Oh yeah. And Bishop. Yeah, I mean, that's one reason. I can give several reasons. Encourage not to eat at fast food chains anymore, even though they're a convenience.
Postmates. I see. Do you know this person in real life? There goes Postmates. That shit's really coming up. Everything fucking delivered. Much easier.
Yep.
I feel like they're a Postmate kind of idea is making a lot more money. It's because how Amazon came up so much in the past couple years, because every package you buy online from fucking Amazon.
Oh yeah, Amazon.
Oh, what's his face actually? The CEO, his wife is forcing him. The richest man in the world right now. She's gonna get half.
Half?
I think half of 168 billion.
Wow.
Oh, and I can surely roundabout what I was asking
Man.
but for you, you're a special case.
Kind of a big.
I will tell you, this brings
Always gotta wonder if like that's actually like malicious or just doing discontent.
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh wow. Yeah. eh, eh, Postmates is like a like a what? Like a competitor to stuff like Grubhub and that crap.
Yeah, like they deliver. I don't actually know exactly how it works 'cause I've never used it, but I think it's pretty much like, hey Postmates, I'm a lazy piece of shit sitting at home. I want like a McDonald's burger, but I don't want to go get it. And I think they even have like their own like prep service.
I heard.
Watching some shit. Sometimes they'll like make you your food actually like straight up.
Yeah, and I also got what's that thing called? I tried this app called Instacart. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
That's you can have groceries delivered to you. Charge a little bit of a fee, it's like a 2-hour wait or something. Not bad.
Yeah, I think Walmart has their own. They'll like just deliver your groceries for you. Really convenient.
It is convenient. I had grass-fed ground beef and thing of eggs delivered to me.
Is it 2 hours with Instacart and then like I wouldn't even know. Fucking just normal.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. It depends. It's like I think there's an hour long one that takes an hour to get to your house or your apartment, and there's a regular 2-hour wait.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be like I could afford that more. That'd be my fucking daily diet is Postmates or whatever I'm fucking feeling like. And I want a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. MF Postmates.
Where the fuck are you? This one's laggy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, for you too?
I want a
I feel
bowl.
like that would be.
Yeah, if I want a bowl from like Chipotle,
Not anymore.
I'll use Postmates.
Chipotle.
I love Postmates. Until they bring your food wrong, or they bring one part of your order and you like, where the rest at, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, hey, I also ordered a burrito here. Where's my burrito?
Yeah. It's better than DoorDash though. But I'll let y'all continue.
Shit, I feel like that would I see you over there, motherfucker. Gone now. You'd be creepy. Like, I feel like that would influence like bad diet decisions because you like I can have anything. I'm gonna have like this fast food and then this fast food and then this fast food instead.
I know.
I
think
be on the phone with Postmates sounded like you.
I know. You know what? This reminds me of like bad diet decisions. That brings me to that show, My 600-Pound Life.
Oh my. Very interesting. Make you the night's biggest loser. Perhaps. Yeah, no. Just one life for another. Fuck.
That other new show, it's called Family by the Ton.
I think I saw one where like this dude was literally like didn't have clothes that fit him.
Oh god.
I'm not sure if it's the same one that where like he was on like an emergency weight loss because he was dying because he was fat, and he was at the hospital and he ordered a pizza, and his doctor found out and literally kicked him out of the hospital for ordering a fucking a fucking Domino's pizza at the hospital.
I know, huh? I think his name was Steven Ashanti or something. Where he like ordered a pizza and then Dr. Now kicked him out. Is that the one? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Then he also abused the system by like calling an ambulance and taking him to the hospital so he can get more pain medication.
Literally like the fucking body fucking fat piece. My dude agrees to fucking emergency weight loss plan because he's dying literally like just from sheer fat, and he ordered. That is incredible. What point like draw the line? Like if you're getting fat to the point where like you can't, like what point do you draw the line? Like can't like function that you're that fat.
I mean, I don't know if you continue that down that route. Obviously you're going to be bedbound, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you got like, if I were to get to like 100, that would just be like, oh, like at a certain point, like I'm not fat at all, because high metabolism. But if I did, I feel like if I ever got there, like even remotely close to that, I just couldn't like even maintain in that fat. That would just be fucking crazy. Like to the point where it actually starts impairing your movement and shit. You can't fucking I wonder what the mentality is. You know?
And actually quite a lot of diseases that come with obesity, and you have like a higher risk of having those diseases if you're like obese. Yeah, like sleep apnea is one of them.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense. I'm a lazy person, but I couldn't let that happen just because of like the consequence.
It's so funny, huh?
It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know if I stuck up saying.
I can never let myself get fat.
Justifiability of a soldier acting under command. Say he has to
You go bang 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 bang.
Anyways, I get carried away thinking down the time of what's his face. You get that like heavy. Because they always show like the pictures of back when they're like 300 pounds. And it's like, bro, why didn't you go like, hey, you know, stop it, get some help.
I know.
Like, how did you get to Yoshi level? Like, at some point down the line, didn't you say, like, after you were that fat, like, hey, man, let me just see what's going on?
Yeah, seriously, I remember so many, good people that I knew down the years, and it's like, how do these people get so fat? How did they let themselves get like this?
There's like you're saying that 600-pound life. Have you seen the one of like the two, like the black chick and the black walking in fucking and ordering 15 people?
Oh yeah.
Literally 50. And they get in the car, and they drive home, and when they get out of the car, there's only 10 pizzas left.
Oh yeah, that episode with Drew and his like fat family.
Everybody's like 400 pounds.
Like, hey, look at Megamind over there. Megamind is the only one that's like freaking fit. It's like, oh, this lady, at least this lady's eating a salad. At least she's eating healthy.
The fucking narration. So awful. It's like, did not one of you at some point like look around when you're eating dinner and be like, holy shit, we're
they had to redo the entire foundation inside that house just so that those people can fit inside that house.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh yeah, I saw a funny narration on that same episode on YouTube. I didn't want to laugh, but the dude's narration was so spot on, it made me laugh.
Did Aussie Man do a review of like, if he hasn't, he has to do one of that particular clip.
It's like, these people, they have to go to hell by default because all that way it's not going to keep them up in heaven, okay?
Oh god. That's fucked up. It's fucked up, but it's like, did that to yourself, Steve? Oh no.
It's so messed up.
I feel like they should have like Special Olympics, but it's like only fat people. So you have.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so fucking toxic.
There's a point in my life where I was obese, but I turned it around. Now I'm getting jacked.
I mean, shit, I'm not but man, I can't fucking. I was actually today. I was trying to do a fucking tricep lift with like a 10-pound dumbbell, and I fucking pulled a muscle. Just trying to. I'm still feeling that. I was just trying to do like the tricep with the fucking 10-pound. I wasn't ready for that. I really need to do something. I am out of shape. Shit.
Suppress the thought of silence.
Yeah, I do that stuff about between like 3 to 5 times a week, which is recommended times a week you should do it.
What I know is that like if you're trying to build muscle, trying to do it like more than 3 times a week, you're essentially not giving your body time to like actually build in between workouts. At least that's what I've heard. So that's why it's supposed to be like this spot. It's supposed to be like a day in between at least.
Even a combination of the two.
I know for maintaining muscle, like the more you do, the better. But if you're trying to build it, you gotta like give your body time to actually like after the workout, in between the next workout, take the protein and put together the new math, so to speak.
I was once locked in.
Yep. You gotta after you lift all those weights, you gotta give your body time, and then next week rinse and repeat your body time, and so you properly build your muscle.
Baffled by my own thoughts. You know, the thing about silence is that it feels like isolation.
Other than that, yeah, that a Special Olympics about the fat people you mentioned.
It exists. Called sumo wrestling.
Yep.
Funny enough, actually, the fattest person in Japan is only 600 pounds. Like, literally the fattest person that's ever lived in Japan is 600 pounds. And he's Japan's sumo champion. It was the worst thing, though, because they did, like, a whole episode. They had this dude fight like normal people, but he comes out is sick wearing his, like, diaper, you know,
Oh, wow.
But it's all crotch fat. It doesn't cover anything. And it's like pubes and crotch fat. Fuck. I don't need to see that. Like, tradition aside, dude, it's literally, you can see just crotch fat and razor burn. There's like 4 different rolls of it, like just below the waist. You imagine trying to fight that dude and like you get your head angled the wrong way? I don't even want to think about that. That'd just be...
Let's see. We got Orange Syracuse University over here bringing in like... Oh, wait, you telling me they had 15 pizzas? Now they're bringing in 5 pizzas as well as bringing in more groceries. And oh my lord, look at that, he's eating again. When he just ate 5 boxes of pizzas all to himself.
In a car ride.
Yeah, in a car. 5 pizzas all to himself. Alrighty then.
I'm interested to see where this goes.
Like that was
weird. And I'll lay there for like 20 minutes. Oh, here we are.
Of course, yeah. Orange Syracuse University, the one that's wearing the orange shirt, and yeah, probably like 300 pounds.
Don't mind me, I don't want to interrupt.
I'm
not interjecting, am I?
Oh, you're not bothering or anything.
I see. Well, we were just looking to speak to a fellow group of people here. You seem very orderly, or at least not in it for the meme.
We're talking about fat people.
Yeah, we're talking about fat people, dude.
Well, what brings up the discussion of fat people? What's the consensus?
The fact that earlier there was a fat Yoshi in here, dude. He kept.
Yeah, we saw that.
He memorized the entire menu from like every fast food establishment. Saying like he wants I want a frosty. I want a Big Mac. I want like a that kind of stuff.
You team that one.
I want a Church's chicken, classic chicken. A Burger King chicken, classic chicken burger.
Oh, I'm a big fan how people can dedicate themselves in that way. It's a special thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a special thing.
It's a special.
Oh, I think it is. Truly, I do. I mean, after all, human beings surprise me all the time with all the amusing ways that they spend their time. I mean, I'd imagine you all are no stranger to taking on a persona, or perhaps having your own hobbies. as strange as they may be. Hmm?
I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, I see. But I can assure you there's no reason to be uncomfortable. I have no animosity towards you.
You know, it sounded like you were insinuating something about not being human. What the fuck?
Not being human. Am I approaching you in a rather non-sociable way, or perhaps I misunderstand what you say?
You sound like you're gonna ask me if you can probe my asshole.
Oh, no, I would never ask something like that of a stranger. Rest assured, a stranger on the internet, after all, what's to come of it? It wouldn't even be a very well-tasted joke, would it? Although maybe this is the crowd to say that sort of thing, I wouldn't know. I find it difficult to read people sometimes online. But I guess that's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yep.
But, I am curious, though. What were you thinking about fat people in general? Do you, have any pre-existing notions towards fat people?
The fact that, it's true that they have shorter lifespans, and, some of us, or most of us, get concerned that we know they can turn their lives around.
Oh, sure, justifiably so. I've heard similar objections to the fat pride movement. Many people believe it to be a source of danger. As it is, it's enforcing an ideal that's ultimately not very healthy. Of course, this is just what I've heard from people.
Yeah. That fat acceptance thing, it's, dangerous. Yeah.
Do they have a line
I see.
drawn between chubby and morbidly obese?
I believe that distinction is very important to make. I can agree with you there. As it is, I think the pleasantly plump sort of stereotype is much more appropriate than somebody who is ultimately taking years off their life because of their state of health. Yeah. But I guess if we're not so interested in speaking on fat people, I do have some questions for you, if you both have the time. Although I won't interrupt if you would rather speak to each other. I know all people on the internet like their, at least some sense of privacy.
They're pretty good questions. I met him about an hour ago. I can vouch for him.
But they're meant to make you think.
Alright. Let's hear the questions.
Alright. Well, first and foremost, I should warn both of you that these are questions that are not meant to be easy, and they often involve morals. Actually, I'm quite sure that all of them involve morals. Are you comfortable enough in your moral standings to share that with me?
Do I win a prize if I answer all of them?
Oh, I would only hope that you have, if you win anything, it'd be your own self-assurance, that you feel comfortable in speaking on these things. Or at least comfortable enough to speak to a stranger on the internet.
Okay.
And rest assured, since this is the internet, I have no means of holding you responsible, and I'll think nothing less of you depending on your answer. I'm quite good at keeping myself in a neutral stance of understanding.
Okay.
Alright. Well, then we have it, boys. So, the first question for each of you is, under any circumstance, is it ever morally justifiable to kill a human being?
How do you spend all your money on weed?
Yes.
Now what would you say those circumstances would be?
I'm a cook for work, so I always order and I end up like spending
Well, give me a moment. Why don't you ask him about?
Okay, that's perfectly justifiable. Do you think you have an answer? And it doesn't have to reflect his. There's no standards. You're perfectly free to answer however you choose.
Okay. Okay. Orally, yes, because that human being that's about to get murdered, they have actually murdered or has murdered several others who did not deserve to die. I mean, other people who did not deserve to die. He murdered those people.
I see now. Is that to say that you would believe in the death penalty for a crime? Do you understand the question I'm asking?
Yes.
Okay. Take your time.
Death penalty is not a crime. It's what we use in order to put the guilty down. Therefore, it is morally justified to have the murderer murdered, or the human being that murdered. It's justified to have him murdered with the death penalty.
Do you believe that the death penalty extends beyond the transgression of murder? Do you think there's another crime that's just as warranted the death penalty, or warrants the death penalty to the same degree?
The death penalty.
Gen 4 remake? Gen 4 remake? Am I right? Am I right?
Oh,
yeah.
Rest assured, it's not meant to be a very easily answered question. I may end up meeting some of the people around us.
No.
Because I'm very interested to hear your answer.
Death penalty. Wow, it is kind of hard to put it because death penalty kind of does like overlap murder, because death penalty is usually involves murder, but it involves like murdering human being that murdered. No.
Of course, right? Thus we have this moral ambiguity. But are you uncertain as to where you might lie on that line? You have no reason to consider what others think on this. It's purely about what you believe to be correct morally.
It's okay. Absolute mad lad. Hey.
Of course, others are. Well, of course, I'll consider others' opinions on if that human that murdered was justifiable to have that murdering human get put down. I'll consider I'll take their opinions into consideration, even though we know that human being murdered several other human beings.
I see. And what of you?
With my time, I've got a great answer for you, Tommy. Where was I? Oh yeah, context. Would be the context of taking one life to save many, but the context involved that you're not necessarily sacrificing the one life, or as stopping that one life from hurting or taking the many lives, under which taking the life is justified. As for your death penalty,
continue.
The only reason I would believe in the death penalty is because there is an incapability to keep the person imprisoned, and therefore,
I see.
Yeah, security reasons. That's it, though.
So you would say it's only justifiable when we're no longer to keep prisoners in the prison. I see. Now, what crime would you say warrants the death penalty if we're not able to house them in a prison? What kind of criminal would be too dangerous to allow out of prison, in your opinion?
One that would be imminent threat to and life.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
Sure, of course.
So that would entail that said individual previously murdered or attempted to murder somebody.
So specifically to the cases of murder, you'd say. Very interesting. So it seems that both of you have a tendency to lean towards justifiable murder if somebody's life is in danger, or if it's for the benefit of a larger group, or potentially if a horrendous crime was committed. And that crime generally has to be in the context of murder. Right.
Right.
I see. But, so, and one last question, just as a minor note. Do you believe it's still a justifiable killing if, say, for the benefit of a larger group of people, one person should die, but that one person wasn't willing to allow themselves to perish?
Now he's asking the hard questions.
I know none of these questions are easy. None of them are very easy. But rest assured, you don't have to worry about what society says is justifiable. It all comes down to your personal circumstance.
See, man, you'd have to provide a little bit more context on that particular scenario.
I see.
Because if the hypothetical you were providing was there was literally no other way to save the lives besides sacrificing the one, then generally it'd be yes, unless the single one that you're talking about has some specific important meaning besides just moral compass.
Oh no, what I would say, to keep things simple, of course, because the context of situations can change things so drastically, what I would say is there's 20 people on a ship and one of them needs to leave for the others to survive. One is chosen and they're unwilling to leave. Is it justifiable to kill them? Because you could overpower them with 19 others.
Well, usually that's the problem, is you can start getting in that particular context, you could just have the person hold on to the side of the boat and body weight to float, and then they're not holding the boat down. That's
well,
what I meant by context.
Oh, of course.
There's a lot of cheesy ways to circumvent that.
Let's pretend that there isn't cheesy ways for the sake of argument.
Alright, I'm dropping
So no cheesy ways to prevent the boat from sinking.
There's only two options, and both include the death of someone, whether it be 19 or 20 people, or the one.
Yeah, obviously it would be the one.
Of course, but would it be justified?
Because if you don't kill the one, then you're killing 20.
Would it be justified, even if they weren't willing?
I mean, not necessarily, but it would be less justified to kill 20 people.
Right, so you would say, perhaps not morally justifiable, but necessary?
Sure, man.
Very interesting. Well, to my next question, what of those that are not affected by the sins that they've committed? Let's say somebody who's completely absolved of any sort of guilt. Say somebody who maybe isn't even born. What is your positions there on taking human life through abortion?
Getting a little bit political.
Wow.
Oh, I'd argue that all of these have their political uses. But rest assured, there's no expectation of deliverance here.
Yeah, it's yeah, the unborn, like, it's like nipping them that early, you know. It's like that, that unborn child doesn't get a chance once it's snipped. from the mother's womb.
Right.
No chance at all to see life.
Right. Do you believe it's justified to allow that to happen? And remember, this is not something that's going to reflect badly on you regardless of how you answer. I can't hold you accountable, and nor will I do it. I have no intentions of doing those sorts of things to someone when I ask them a fair question.
It's a miscarriage, sure. You're doing it for selfish reason, personal attention. I do not justify that.
I see. Very interesting. Now, what would you consider to be a selfish reason?
I got surgery and I couldn't get off of them. I had to keep taking them, and then I went through shakes and shit like that, like never again. Which painkillers were you taking? Narco?
Selfish reason would
10 milligrams twice a day.
let's say a politically, let's say let's say a millennial lady, heavily politically correct, right?
Sure.
Let's say she changes her mind that you don't want the kid no more. So early on, decides to have fetus snipped from her wound. And, you know, this fetus was close to being developed to a full-fledged baby. And that fetus ends up missing its chance to become a full-fledged baby.
Oh, I understand.
Due to that selfish, would have been mother.
Right. So you would say any circumstance that seems to be from a place of convenience, you would argue to be a selfish one.
When I'm at my peak tolerance, it's so pricey.
Or that's how I rationalize what you said. Perhaps I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, if she's doing that for some sort of either for a stunt or just so she can gain her attention, and I don't justify that.
For personal gains, you would argue.
Yep.
Very interesting. And what of you?
I have a medical card. It's not.
Oh man. Yeah, man. I don't like to get all political on this stuff. My only real opinion, in that particular scenario, would be left up to the individual who's pregnant.
I see.
It's kind of all their choice.
Well, I see. That's a very interesting take.
Again, man,
you see it as more of a decision. Right. You see it more as the decision of the person bearing the child as opposed to society's place to tell them what's okay and not okay. But regardless, do you believe it's justifiable? I mean, because the simple matter of fact is that whether or not it happens, you could argue it's still their decision, but do you find it justifiable?
Yeah, man, that's context, again, so if it was planned, you know, maybe it's not so right if it was planned and they had change of heart. It's also arguable that the fetus isn't particularly conscious. And, like, the same overall deal is that, who's taking care of the kid? You know? So,
So the context. Okay.
Do you have context?
No. Okay, continue.
So if you're asking for my blanket answer, it's justifiable. If that's what the person wants, generally speaking.
If that's what they want. I see. Very interesting. So two separate sides of the table have two different stories. Very interesting. It's amazing, isn't it? Just a few feet in front of you as somebody who may have lived a very similar life with such different opinions. I find it so interesting. Now, one last question. Just in terms of taking life. What in the case of a soldier who's under orders to kill somebody? Is it justifiable that he's murdered somebody? After all, he was ordered to do it, or is it still his burden to bear?
Was he drafted?
Oh, no. We're talking about a soldier in most cases, not drafted ones. Special cases. Your general idea of a soldier is someone who willingly partook and was ordered to make an ultimate decision. Ordered ultimately meaning it wasn't left up to him. Is it justified that he killed someone?
And he had a proof kit, so like we were able to test it. And we found out that we had fentanyl inside.
Is this coming to me or is it coming?
Well, both of you. But I suppose if both of you have your answers ready, you can start here. iColHax.
Yeah, this kind of scenario, a soldier being ordered to kill and have it be justified. I could see it happening, and like, if, a soldier raiding a laboratory. Also a scenario where a soldier participates in a raid against a terrorist hideout. And he's ordered to kill anyone that's armed, or it wouldn't matter if they're actually just shoot anybody on site once he enters the compound.
So you would say that,
pretty hard.
You would say that, right? Well, I believe all these questions are meant to be relatively difficult. But, I guess what you're saying is that you would ultimately say it's a justifiable killing because the soldier was instructed by his commanding officers to, commence a raid, and for his personal protection, he may have to kill people. Is that sort of the line you're walking there? Is that what you're saying? Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah, it'd be really messed up though if there was like missions within the compound. I mean, it should never shoot anyone that's like doesn't even have like an inch of equipment on them.
Oh, I see. So you would say the readiness of somebody else to defend themselves, or the capability of someone else to defend themselves, would ultimately gauge the moral justifiability of a soldier's actions.
I mean, come on, you don't know if there's. It's like this is also, they don't even know that there's like, here's a messed up thing. The soldiers don't know that there's hostages inside that stronghold, and they need to be prepared for that scenario if there's hostages too.
I see. So you would say there definitely is a distinction to be made basis who they're targeting that ultimately distinguishes the justifiability of their actions, would you say? It depends who they're shooting at.
Yeah, it's gonna depend on who you're shooting at. Like, like behind, let's take door number 1. Is there hostages behind that door, or is there tangos?
Right, of course.
Or is there tangos hanging around the hostage waiting for the OPFOR to enter the room?
Right. So you may even go to say that it's immoral for the soldiers to have to think about morally justifying their actions, due to the fact that they are soldiers. Now that's a perspective I haven't quite heard very often. Very interesting. Now what if to you? Or what would it be to you, as I should have said?
If a soldier dude had orders, am I going off of his context?
Oh, no.
Context.
Just general context. Soldier kills a human being. Is it morally justifiable?
I mean, it does. Again, it's very based on context. Generally speaking, if you're asking it, like, be it gets told to kill somebody and then pulls up on them with a knife, kills them like in the past, and then Viet Cong is pulling up at. I don't mean to. I'm not throwing Viet Cong under the bus, but just more simple context. If
Well,
that
you don't have
particular
to justify
individual-
any of your. Right.
If that particular individual were to have more orders to kill somebody and they pulled up to try to kill somebody, yeah, it would be justified to kill them, because that's the same as your first question.
Well, let's say, regardless of who they're killing, they have orders to kill someone. Regardless of who it is or how it's ultimately done, the orders are followed. Is that justifiable?
I mean,
Really not that big of a deal. It's just like
It's not meant to be a very easy question, because I think context makes things easy to answer. Because I think we could all easily say, oh, it's not morally justifiable for a soldier to execute a group of civilians under orders. Or perhaps you could justify that, I'm not sure. But when we give context, we give free handouts for how to answer something. And
well,
this
no
is meant to be
context.
ambiguous.
That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
I wanna actually go over that after I answer the question. If you're asking for my blanket answer of whether or not soldier guy is justified in carrying out his orders to kill somebody, it's such a context-based question that it is really difficult to answer. But generally speaking, if he chose to join his country's military and then kill someone else, generally speaking, it's not really morally justified, even if he was ordered to do it.
I see.
Because you're being ordered to take another human being's life. But that's regarding your other question, is that I don't think the context makes things easy. And that's with all of these questions, is that they're very based on context, and therefore trying to provide a generalized answer for a subject is often going to be ineffective practice with that subject.
Well,
all of these scenarios without context, are inevitably difficult questions. But however, when you're put in the actual situation and you have context, the answer becomes a lot more morally available.
Well, we can agree to disagree, but I have to tell you, every time somebody sets a context for me or a hypothetical, I find it much easier than to answer a much more generalized question of, well, generally speaking, what does it mean when a soldier kills somebody, and how do you feel about that? Because it's so difficult to quantify, I think it's just rational thinking, it becomes difficult. But again, I suppose we can have a difference in opinion there, that's simply subjectivity.
Yeah, I don't feel like scenarios without context have as much value.
I see. Well, of course I would disagree. As it is, I've asked you very ambiguous questions for the duration of this exchange here. And I can tell you, I believe I've learned quite a lot about both of you.
I have one question
for you.
That is not context-based. That if, via the theory of distance, you're all stuck in an infinite loop of never-ending life and death, is it insanity to want to continue in that loop, or is it insanity to want to break out of that loop?
Oh, I'd say it's insanity to want to stay in the loop, of course. I mean, after all, that is the definition of insanity, isn't it?
But exiting the loop would entail a lack of existence in its entirety.
I don't believe... Right, and I don't believe that's insane. I think that can be a very logical...
What up, Dark?
A very logical, deductible thought process, right? I don't believe that to be insanity. It certainly doesn't match the definition of insanity.
So then you think it would be insanity to break out, in a general sense?
No, I believe it'd be insanity to stay in it. To break out is just a logical, urge that people would have if they were to know that it's a never-ending loop that you're in.
What's up, brother?
Right. See, to me that was a lot easier to answer if you were to say, what is insanity, right? Or what does it mean to be insane? You know, these sorts of things. But
Yeah,
again,
like,
it's all subjective.
Yeah, I feel like
Don't get the quesaritos from fucking Taco Bell.
Well, I feel like context made that easy.
These things are the best.
But nonetheless, it was great to hear from both of
I don't
you. You have
normally
very
go to Taco
interesting
Bell.
beliefs.
When I do, I always
It's
get the
incredible how much you
quesadillas.
differ.
It's like an SCP.
Mm.
Isn't he? I was thinking the same thing, actually.
This is like SCP-143, and he asks questions.
Yeah.
And people compasses.
Oh. Well, I certainly do, and I certainly do like a challenge and, you know, indoctrinating people into thinking a little bit bigger. Although I warrant you, it's a little bit bizarre to come to VR chat for those sorts of discussions, as it is most people aren't looking for that experience here. But I guess that's why it draws me.
Why you're trying to rip it out of there.
Yeah. But nonetheless, you all have very logical minds. I can follow you very easily. And I appreciate you sharing. Mm-hmm.
Anytime.
Oh, and one last question, and this might be a little easier, and it's something I like closing with everyone I've spoken to. What is the most terrifying, the most horrifying thing that you know of? It could be a sound you've heard, it could be a story you heard, both fictional or non-fictional. It could be a fact you know or something you experienced. I just want to know what keeps you up at night. What is it that scares you most when you think about it?
I have a good answer to this one. Go for it.
Oh, I'll ask you in a moment. One second. Here, we can start with you. You have your answer ready.
Oh, well, mine
seems like you know.
It's that extra time with keeps me up at the whole hypothetical. So that's mine. That's real easy.
The hypothetical of what?
Of the being stuck in, you know,
and in
hopeless
the cycle.
repetition.
Very interesting. Hopeless repetition. And for you?
I got some loud ass fans in my room, so
my last okay. Previous relationship I had in real life, I could not sleep for like 3 days straight.
I see.
For the past year, that has kept me up at night.
Right.
And it was hard to get up like every morning and go to work.
I see. I think I understand. Wow. I haven't heard many people go to that sort of phase for something that truly terrifies them. Very interesting. Well,
one more thing, I don't keep you, but it's actually it's a very question.
Oh, that dude's voice is so relaxing.
Are traps gay?
Are traps gay? Well,
if
it's a very subjective question.
I can give you context, right? But I don't think context will make it easier.
Oh, I don't think context is necessary.
Well, before you answer, if a trap, right, if you happen to find a trap attractive or knowing they're a trap because of whatever features, right? But then you find out that they have the other toolkit, right?
Right.
Would you be gay? For thinking it's okay, or would you be homophobic for thinking it's not?
Oh, I can assure you, you most certainly would not be homophobic. As it is, you were under the pretenses that this was a biological woman, I'm assured. From what I can tell, basis the context you laid down anyway. And since you're going on the presumption that this person's a biological woman, you have very heterosexual desires. To find out that they're a male is simply a surprise, I'll warrant you. But you're attracted to them because of their female features. That's incredibly hetero.
Items, yeah, it was crazy. And then I stopped playing it, and then I got into it.
Oh, makes sense to me.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Bench.
So would you be gay and you want?
That depends. Do you still desire them after you've already come to your conclusion?
Well, with the knowledge that they are, in fact, a male counterpart as opposed to a female, I suppose if you were to go to sexual relationships, you would be engaging in a gay relationship. But your
if
desires
you were,
would
but if you were attracted to them because of the female features.
Oh, right. Well, since they are, they do have female features, and that's ultimately what's getting you excited. Your desires come from a very hetero place, though your objective actions
What
are
up, Chop?
homosexual. Right.
Yeah, an existential crisis.
So then it would not be, is what you're saying, under that most recent context.
Name, this person's
No.
What do you do?
Your desires would not be. No. But the act would be.
the person. Look at their name.
That's not a very straight answer, but...
Oh, I believe it's as straight as it can be.
Yeah, it's a difficult question, but...
Well, it's simply because both counterparts are playing a role there, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not only...
You're not wrong.
So ultimately, both counterparts are going to be a part of the answer. It is definitely going to be very straight for you to have those assertions, but to commit to the act is to be, of course, gay. So I think it's simple deductive reasoning, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
But we're not quite done here, are we? I believe somebody else over here would like to interject.
I gotta fucking hide this dude's avatar.
Why is there another set of eyes right there? You have 4 eyes.
I have blocked them.
Wait, you know the Buzz Lightyear
My
meme
biggest
where
fear
he's like looking,
is the fucking rapid
he's like,
expansion of space. Eventually, as all the planets and galaxies are separating, someday there will be a generation of beings that grow up knowing that their solar system is the only thing that they know.
Well, I see, but I am interested to hear that worries you specifically. After all, that would be a generation that is nowhere near your
Because
lifetime.
the stars are where we're heading.
Oh, they certainly are. And we will be expanding, rest assured.
Yeah.
But I think the more interesting question will be, will human beings be able to separate from our solar system before the ultimate
That's crazy.
situation arises, right?
That is.
Because there's
Hopefully.
no sense in believing that other human beings can potentially reach.
No, I didn't say humans. I said any beings, like in any other galaxy, or whatnot, because they're expanding so fast. There's
But then comes into question the creation. But it's a very valid fear. Very interesting that that's what you think about.
Yeah.
I gotta love it every time someone traps are gay.
Well, I appreciate you putting in your 2 cents there. No, everybody here has been quite the mind to pick. I've had a few
What's your
different,
biggest fear, Shorty?
It's moral
my
question.
biggest fear.
My biggest
I
fear.
have it too.
Or hers. Who are you speaking to?
You go after. I was talking to him, but I want to hear yours too.
Drowning.
No, I've already done that. It's not too bad.
I can certainly relate to that. I've had that fear for quite some time.
It's not as
like
bad as people think.
It's pretty bad because I
Hold on.
don't want the water.
And I drowned too. Yeah. I think your saltwater drowning is a bit worse since the salt water dehydrates shreds up your lungs, so you less start choking on your own blood as opposed to say fresh water.
1 second.
I think. I don't know. I drowned in a
so
pool, so
philosophical
I got fucking
and
chlorine.
the pug.
I've heard that like freshwater stuff.
I didn't know.
That you usually kind of get.
I didn't know it was being
Pretty much
philosophical levels from.
The more calm you become as you basically just kind of slip into consciousness. Pretty much. I mean, you
had a
get
bad mouth Scooby, then we had a fat Yoshi, and now we have a philosophical
surface of the water
SCP.
and just fucking being peaceful, just passing out. Hey, Homestuck.
That's
haven't actually
crazy.
seen one of those yet. What's going
Yeah.
on?
What's
Alright. Fucking dude with the relaxing voice.
I guess it's not so much
wanna-
fear of drowning.
Well,
It's
it's
more
not
of
the
you're
question
so
from him.
panicking.
Talking about morals.
So bored. What is there to
What
do?
he's
Not
doing
being able to
will
think
make
straight.
sense with all that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For me. I want to hear his biggest fear though.
Yep.
Oh, wait, yeah,
Not having anybody to talk to.
I'll be back in a moment.
Maybe not having anyone to talk to.
Hold on, my wires.
I'll always be
Isolations are
here
pretty
for you,
legitimate.
brother.
No, I mean him.
I just gave him a kiss on the top of his bald
His
little
fear.
head.
It's not having anyone to talk to.
Oh,
His fear is having no one to question.
that's a good fucking.
Oh, fuck you.
There's no one to question.
Burger time.
Probing people with your words.
It's pizza time.
No, it's burger time.
What
Oh,
is that
shoot, it
bottle
is
from?
burger
I think the
time.
comics online and stuff.
Arms are too short, man.
Here's somebody speaking through a walkie-talkie.
Oh. So do you guys want to go eat or pee or something? I'm so bored. I'm not hearing no.
If I roll the star.
And you guys play Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Where'd that go?
You play
It's on your sheet, dude.
what's it called? The
They are.
Dragon Heist expansion or adventure book or whatever.
We don't play
Actual adventure books modules.
Yeah, no, we our DM
Such a
he comes
weird
up with his own
experience. Nobody
adventures.
is at the mirror.
That's
Wow.
pretty much what I did for like 2 years. I only recently started running the adventure books. It's interesting. It's very different from actually creating an old
It's on
world.
the top of it.
I don't know. I like playing with him because he just comes up with everything on the fly. It's pretty fun.
It was a star.
That's the best way to do it, really.
Nice.
Yeah. He used to, because he's what, like pretty old. He played apparently like back in the day when Dungeons Dragons
check in here,
came
homie.
out or some shit like that. They had like giant
Was
fucking like Comic-Con kind of, but for Dungeons and
riveting
Dragons.
Sunday night.
Yeah,
And he
sure
said
was.
that
Many
one
many
of his
surprises.
campaigns he was running. He said
Lots
that
of
he
surprises all the time here in VR chat.
joined him. So,
Yeah, real
That's a good
roller
one.
coaster of
yeah. He's even got like a picture of him
conversations.
with him too. It was pretty cool.
I'll catch you later.
Yeah, that guy died, didn't he?
Yeah, man.
D&D.
Thanks for a talk. Catch you later.
Do you play it online or do you just play it like real life? Fucking.
I've done online before. I prefer in person if I can, just because, I mean, online's good, but in person's better. That way you can get people's expressions and such.
Yeah.
So I
I'm.
haven't had too much luck lately.
Yeah, we used to play fucking like together, but we're gonna go through online and shit now because we're trying to get more people that
That's
can
fair.
actually be there.
I know how that is. I mean, you got a good DM. Online can actually be a benefit. That way you can have more interesting maps. That's really the main drawback, actually, of doing real life stuff, is that you really can't do great maps out of fucking $800 setup table.
Well, he would draw. We had a whiteboard table. He would just draw the maps out. He's like
You know,
an artist. So.
Okay. Okay, that's never mind. Actually, that's an exception then. I'm not too hot on art myself, so I got like little squiggles, and I can do like F4. So if it's a 2 or more floor dungeon, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, I used to run a dragon fucking half dragon monk. That shit was my fucking go-to.
Bread and butter.
Yeah. Well, I had these gauntlets that I rolled for like perfectly on a magic check because I like playing monks with just fist, like and not using actual weapons.
Oh, I'm back.
Sure. And I got these gloves that had like studs in them that were enchanted with lightning damage. So each time I would land a hit.
So they were looking forward to your largest fear, I think it was. I was remember that top, if I remember correctly.
My largest fear, right? Well, I can certainly relate to the idea of voids and drowning. I hate the idea of falling into something so much bigger than anything I could understand and never being seen again. But I think that's relatively relatable amongst people. But I think the thing that scares me the most is Well, to be honest, I see myself as somebody who's out to prove something. And what that thing is, I'm not very sure. I'm not sure what it is that I want to prove. And I'm not sure who I'm looking to prove it to, whether it be my parents, my friends, myself, or God. I don't know who it's meant to be for or what it's supposed to be. But I have an incredible fear of never achieving my goal. And that's it.
Oh, that's fucking deep.
Yeah, I can relate myself.
Right. I suppose you could equate it to the fear of success or failure. It's just I don't know what it is that I'm looking to succeed on.
Just succeed at life, man. That's all you can ask for.
Well, I'm wondering if that's all I need to ask for, right? But that's the fear, of course, is to be on my deathbed and realizing I didn't get it. Wouldn't that be a shame? That'd be almost
That's why you
poetic.
gotta live every day like it's your last.
Oh, I don't know.
Do lots of cocaine.
Right.
That was a joke. Don't do that. You'll have a very short life.
I am already fucking way ahead of you, bud.
But, what sort of ironic, poetic Greek tragedy would it be if on my deathbed I were to realize the one thing I've ever wanted to do in my life? And then it's too late to do it. I think that's my fear, right? Yeah, cocaine. I'll do cocaine.
Well, then just do everything that you want to do now, and then don't have regrets about it later on.
Oh, the regrets don't scare me. The regrets don't scare me. It's a good idea, though. It's a good idea of going into things, so that way you don't have anything to look back on and say, oh, that was the thing. That was it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That's why I always do stupid shit with my friends, because then you look back and you're just like, man, that was stupid to do, but it was still fun.
Right.
25.
Wait, you mean?
Well,
yeah.
I think it's about time for me to depart. I have a friend who wants to speak with me in another server, but after that I think I soon may go to bed.
I probably should do the same. I think it's about almost 1 a.m. for me.
It's around 3 a.m. for me.
It's 18 to drink.
Right.
It has been good.
Oh,
No,
it was
don't
lovely. Oh, it was wonderful hearing from you. Yes, thank you for being the preliminary subject and sharing your opinion. And the rest of you were quite cordial. I appreciated your inputs.
You have a good day, man.
Good one.
You all as well.
Autopilot and their cars just drive themselves. Because then they won't get in the car and drive drunk. Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking hot in my room. I am sweating above and below my ass cheeks.
Thank you. I feel enlightened knowing that I can go to bed within
It's
a
pretty
wearing
chilled in
shorts.
my room. By the way, your new thing is upstairs still.
What do you mean, my new thing?
Your new lap buddy.
Dude, they did that on their own.
Yeah.
I just have the thing for fucking
Plaza
youth,
and shit.
apparently.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs then.
I'm scared.
Scared. Oh, let's go. Remember, you gotta do everything
As soon as you can have it.
or regret it later.
And then meme joins.
And then regret it later. Yeah, regret it later.
I don't know scope, but get off here in a bit, scope.
Which has actually been proven recently that your brain cells do regenerate. It was just proven because before we were taking testing brains.
Yep, I gotta get off scope. I went past what do you call it? The amount of time I wanted to spend. So yeah, the next night, hopefully. God bless everybody. Have a good one. soldier